Philadelphia Sports Talk.
97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Let you go here. Let you keep rocking out.
You can bump in whenever you feel like it.
Welcome in to Unfiltered, everybody, on this What Movie Wednesday. And we got a special show for you because we're not on TV today. We are not on NBC Sports Philadelphia. So drop as many curses as you want, Ricky Bo.
No, I'm good.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But we got what we're calling the Bottalicast. Everyone knows the Manning cast. This is the Bottalicast. With the first pitch at 2:15 today, you'll get live reactions throughout the show of Ricky Bo. You ever wanted to watch a Phillies game with Ricky? Now's your opportunity.
Here it is. Here and now. Woo!
Watch, it'll be a 15-0 win for the Phillies today.
Everybody will be happy.
Nothing for you to be angry about. I'm hoping. They need the W. But look, we're going to do a lot of Eagles talk today as well. It is What Movie Wednesday. We got a great prize, a great theme. We'll get to that a little bit later. We got Tim McManus of ESPN. He'll join us at 4 o'clock to break down everything you need to know from Eagles training camp. But I do want to start with the Phillies, and I want to look back at yesterday because I was very confused, Ricky, and maybe you can help me understand this. So it's a 0-0 game. Sanchez is dealing. He only had thrown 89 pitches, and then a little bit of a surprise, he doesn't come back out for the 7th, and they go to Alex McFarland in a big moment, a 0-0 game in a game that, hey, right now every game matters for this team. McFarland ends up giving a run, and they lose the game. Now, I'm not going to put it all on McFarland. The offense was non-existent. But were you a little surprised Sanchez doesn't get the ball there?
Yeah, 89 pitches. I want you to flash back to, was it Zach Wheeler's last start? Didn't he go out for like 116 pitches?
It was a lot,
So
yeah.
why the hell isn't Sanchez going out for that? At least one more inning. And you know you're weak in the bullpen. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Yeah, I got to put this one on Donnie Baseball.
So it's interesting you say you put it on Don, because right after the game, I want to play for you what Don Mattingly said, and then Sanchez's through the interpreter, because Mattingly basically says, I didn't want to take him out. Here was Don Mattingly after the game.
Why did you decide to pull Christopher at 89?
I didn't want to pull Christopher to start with, but checking on him after the inning, and he was done. So I don't know what it is. I know the pitch count was still okay at times. We've seen him back out like that, but tonight he was done.
I guess I got to take it back.
Well, it sounds like he's putting it on Sanchez, right? Like Sanchez was done. I didn't want to take him out, but when I went and spoke to him, he was done. Well, then you listen to Sanchez after the game, and it's through an interpreter, so we're going to play for you what the interpreter said. It doesn't sound like Sanchez wanted to come out of the game. Really weird situation. Here's Sanchez through an interpreter.
You know the type of pitcher that I am. I'll never say that I'm out of gas or that I don't have any more pitches with it. But he's the manager, and we made a joint decision. We discussed it, and in the end, those things I can control. So he made the decision, and he's the one in charge to make those kind of decisions. So I'll just respect that.
So he's saying he's the one who made the decision. It was Mattingly. He's the boss.
What the hell is going on here? Who's the guy standing up? Who is it? I will say this much. I do believe that Christopher Sanchez and Zach Wheeler should be able to make their own decisions. If they feel like they could go one more inning, you tell the manager, I'm going one more inning. They've been around. They have their contracts. Injuries are not like something you're really thinking about with those guys. I think they should be able to make their own decisions. This sounds like these are two confused individuals on what actually happened. Maybe Caleb made the decision.
But even in that scenario, you would agree Sanchez should have the final say, right? I mean, if 100%. He says
100%, because he's one of the best in baseball. You've seen it before. I'll give you a perfect example. When Max Scherzer was going well, who decided who was in the game and when he came out? He did.
Scherzer, yeah.
And that's how it should be. If you have time, which they both have enough time in the big leagues, those two guys should be able to kind of dictate how long they go. That would mean that Wheeler's going to have a very short rope today.
You think he will, based off of the last outing?
Well, it's a day game, so it's going to be warmer, right? And I don't know. I don't know what kind of direction you want to take this in. You just threw him 116 pitches in his last start. How short of a rope you going to have with him?
Well,
and now all of a sudden your bullpen should be fine today. We should have nobody crabbing about the bullpen. I almost said a bad word.
You did, but we're not on TV, so say whatever you want.
We are on radio.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
You're a dumbass.
I forgot.
Baby, you were so stupid.
Can you say that on radio? I guess you can. We're also live on YouTube today. How about that? Hello to our
YouTube.
Hello to our YouTube chat. Now, here's what's interesting. You're talking about it's going to be a hot one.
Yeah.
You have no idea what it's like to pitch in hot weather, do you?
Never.
Right? I mean, the Veterans Stadium down there.
I don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but I found out this past weekend what the difference is of like the younger generation and us now. Because I'm sure you did it playing football. I'm sure you played in very hot weather early on in the season playing football.
Triple sessions for training
triple
camp.
sessions for training
Can't
camp.
do that anymore.
Now, what's interesting is that, like you said, I played at Veterans Stadium, middle of the summer, day games, 135 on the turf. We had ice things to stand on in the dugout so our spikes wouldn't melt.
Oh, man.
We didn't sit there and crab about it. The thing about the heat, the last time I checked, baseball's supposed to be played in the summer. It's a summer sport.
It's supposed to be.
And in all reality, when I was a kid, I'd play double headers in it. Like in Legion Ball, we'd have double headers on a Saturday and a Sunday in 100-degree heat.
Different world now, man. It's a different
I would
world.
pitch one game and catch the other.
Different world. Because it was hot last night, so Sanchez can only go 6.
This is the most. If it was Aaron Nola, they'd let him go all day because he loves the New Orleans type heat.
I would think Sanchez likes the heat too, but I guess not.
I'm just, I don't know. I'm just very, weather is weather. I get it, but I mean, when you're talking about baseball, don't you expect hot weather? Isn't that an expectation every time you go out there?
You would think. And look, I don't want to harp too much on the decision to take Sanchez out last night, but it does backfire. You end up losing the game 2-0. The bats are cold. But when we look big picture now, Ricky, you look at the standings. If the season ended today, the Phillies are not in the postseason. The Padres have now officially caught them for that final wild card spot. The Padres, you got to give them credit, man. They looked dead. They come out and they buy at the deadline. They've won 4 in a row, and now the Phillies are on the outside looking in. And here's my biggest fear, and I tweeted this out last night. Here is my biggest fear as to what is going on with the Phillies.
What is the tiebreaker with this? There's 3 teams right now, head-to-head. But what if it becomes the Diamondbacks? I don't know what they are against the Diamondbacks.
I'm not sure. But my biggest fear right now with the Phillies is that Dave Dombrowski will be able to point to the job that Don Mattingly is doing, and he will sell John Middleton on the idea of, this was on Don, John. I don't know what to tell you. We moved on from Rob Thompson. I wanted Alex Cora. We had to settle on Mattingly. He didn't do a great job down the stretch, and unfortunately the team just didn't perform under him. What we need to do is give me a contract extension. I'm going to let him go, and then I'll go out and I'll hire Alex Cora. But, rehire me because I'm doing such a damn good job. I deserve the extension. That's my biggest fear, that John Middleton believes Dombrowski that this is all on Mattingly, and it has nothing to do with the damn roster construction of the architect, Dave Good Club Dombrowski.
Okay, now what I want you to do is go back to the beginning of the season when Rob Thompson was here. And was it on Rob? Was it on Rob? Did the players quit on him? Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But what you're seeing now is it's the same old, same old. It's up and down. This is not a dominant team like everybody thought they would be or could be. This is a team that is going to have to fight for every single win that they get. And I don't know if that's going to be good enough. I cannot believe that we have gotten to the point where I feel this pathetic about the team, because we were in a situation about a month ago that we were just sitting there wondering when this team was going to take off. When is this team going to be that great team that we all know and love? And now we're in a situation where that rope keeps getting shorter and shorter every single day. And I said this before, and I will say it again. People out there, listen up. If this team goes on another run like they did right before the All-Star break, or another losing streak that's upwards of 6-7 games, season's over.
Well, they're 10-14 since the break. You're right. I mean, it doesn't look good. You're feeling down. Mattingly actually got asked.
I'm not feeling down. I just don't know if they have they can't find a consistency level. And there's only 41 games left. Or
It's
39,
It's
whatever.
frustrating, and it's also
41.
contagious. It's contagious. You get Luis Ariz comes in. He's hitting like 190 since he got here. The guy who was hitting 300, lifetime 318 hitter, he comes here, he's hitting 190. It's like freaking contagious. But Mattingly was asked by our friend Jim Salisbury today in the dugout, kind of, are you worried? Have you looked at the standings? Are you concerned about what's going on? Here was Mattingly earlier today.
Did you look at the standings this morning?
Yeah.
In your mind, has this thing switched to a sprint?
It's been a sprint. Yeah, I think once you get past the break, it's kind of a sprint. You look at it, you need to win every day. Because we control our own destiny as far as, we can win out from here. It's possible, right? So you do that kind of thing, and it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing. So really, we control our own destiny. Other teams may feel the same, but we definitely control our own destiny on how we play and perform.
He's not wrong, as I like to say. They do technically control their own destiny, but that doesn't make me feel any better. The fact that they control their own destiny actually makes me feel worse.
What does that even mean?
I guess if they win games, they're in, because right now they're tied with the Padres.
They're tied. Okay, so if you go down 3 games, do you still control your own destiny?
After today, they might not control their own destiny.
I don't know.
If they lose today.
I can't see them losing 2 or 3 to St. Louis. Can you?
A team that's dead. A team that's playing for nothing.
Kyle Leahy having a pretty good year. 8-4, 3.45.
Well, look, we are going to get to the Eagles, but like I told you, this is going to be the Bottalicast. We'll have the game on in the studio. You'll get live reaction from Ricky throughout the 9 innings, hopefully 9 innings. The way they've been playing, it might be extras again. But we won't be on TV at all today, but we are live. We are live on YouTube. I'm seeing the YouTube chat going crazy. I missed a lot of our YouTube chatters because we don't get to
jump
be on.
on there. Hold on.
Yeah, get on our YouTube chat. But as we are talking about the Phillies, and the lineup for today is the same stupid lineup where it comes out the last couple of days that Bryce Harper is dealing with some knee soreness, and he attributed it to going back to right field. We talked about this yesterday, and I'm going to keep talking about it until the Phillies wise the hell up here. Why are they risking Bryce Harper injury to keep Alec Bohm in the lineup? If you look at Alec Bohm's numbers, they're pretty similar to what you would get from a Derek Hill or a Brian De La Cruz in right field. Why not just put Harper back at first base? You don't risk injury. You get him at his more natural position at this point in his career. You put Alec Bohm on the damn bench. You keep Bryson Stott at third, and you roll out Derek Hill or De La Cruz in right field. Why are they risking Bryce Harper's health for Alec bleeping Bohm? Help me understand that. Why are you putting him out in right field with knee soreness so Alec Bohm stays in the lineup?
That to me is just a good question. I don't understand this whole thing with the this whole thing with him with Bryce Harper's knee just came out of nowhere too. I told you. What did I tell you would happen? This is a different position. A lot more running, a lot more side-to-side action, a lot more sprinting into the gap. It's a different type of position. People were like, oh, just put him out there. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. I was more worried about these type of things. Maybe injuries. Maybe, you know what, getting beat up a little bit more. And it's going to be tougher on him towards the end of the season. His body type is different than he was when he used to play out there. If you really want to put things together. He's a lot more thicker, you don't think?
No, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, usually you get in the outfield, you need some leanness to you so you could run, so you could do the little things out there. And then Alec Bohm is just, man, talk about missing a beat. And I'm talking about Dave Dombrowski here. Missed opportunities. If you could have sold them for anything, you missed out on the opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, we can keep going back to the night Dombrowski goes to sleep thinking that they got Bo Bichette. They clearly had a trade in place for Alec Bohm, because if you brought in Bichette, you weren't keeping Alec Bohm. So they must have had something on the table.
Yeah.
But then when they miss on Bichette, they panic. They give Realmuto the 3-year deal. See, I have to believe look, we're going way back, but I'd have to believe they probably had a trade in place where Bohm was getting traded for a catcher, right? Where you were going to get Bichette, you were going to trade Bohm, and you were going to get a catcher. Not as good as JT is behind the plate, most likely, but you had something in place. They probably should have stuck to the plan. I mean, if we're being honest here, hindsight being 20/20, you shouldn't have brought Alec Bohm back. If you had the chance to trade him, you should have traded him. Because now you're going to just let him walk in free agency. You're not getting, you're not going to re-sign him.
He's gone. He's just walking now.
And I don't think he's getting a big contract.
Probably. Well, it will be big enough. It will be big enough. Is it going to be $100 million? I don't know. But everybody gets paid now. You could suck and get paid now.
It might change, though, with the lockout.
I would have gotten paid.
Well, you got paid. For
the time period.
Yeah, for the time period, you got paid pretty well.
It's odd, like, looking up now, that like, I pitched 11 and a half years. There are guys, probably 70% of the guys playing right now in 1 year make more than I did in my whole career.
Isn't that crazy, man?
It's insanity.
Different game, man.
And a lot of these guys aren't that good that are making the money. That's what I don't understand. And now Major League Baseball is starting to see it. Like, the fans are actually starting to witness this with their own eyes, that these hitters are all hitting 230, 240, and they think they're like good. And they're the ones making $30 million a year.
Yeah. Alec Boehm's hitting 228, dude. 228. I mean, you could get that from Derek Hill and Brian De La Cruz, but don't risk Bryce Harper's health to keep Alec Boehm in the damn lineup in the 8-hole. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You got the guy all the way down in the lineup in the 8-hole.
I don't think you should call him that.
Well, he is an 8-hole. Emphasis on the 8. All right?
Oh, man, alive.
Emphasis on the 8. All right, so here's what we got. First pitch just happened, but keep it with us because you're getting the Bottalicast. You'll get live reaction from Ricky Bo throughout the game. So if you're watching it, put it on mute. Put us on your smart speaker.
And then you got us.
Yeah. Put us on your smart speaker. You tell them, hey, play 97.5 The Fanatic. You could also download the Fanatic app. You could put us on YouTube. Stream us everywhere, baby, because we got you for 4 hours, and it's What Movie Wednesday.
Yeah.
And with the Field of Dreams games scheduled for tomorrow.
Let me guess, we're going Kevin Costner movies.
Kevin Costner movies, baby.
Pretty
That
good
is
guess
the theme.
on my part, huh?
But we will not do Field of Dreams, and we will not do Bull Durham. All right? We're not going to do the two obvious baseball movies. All right? Kevin Costner movies. Here's the prize
There
today.
is nobody at this game.
Oh, there isn't anybody at this game. That's baseball heaven, though, St. Louis. You knew that.
There's like 6 people there.
Would you go? The team's out of it. You're watching a crappy Phillies team. It's not even like the away team's fun to watch. We're forced to watch it because we're Phillies fans. If you're a Cardinals fan.
It's pretty sad because I bet you if the Dodgers were there, they would be mobbed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're probably right.
They got names.
Everyone
Shohei.
would come out for Shohei. You want to hear the prize for What Movie Wednesday today?
I would like to hear the prize for What Movie Wednesday.
All right, so for our YouTube audience, maybe he's never played before, the rules are simple. We play
go Schwarber.
Struck out.
Take the bat off your shoulder once.
We play a clip of a movie, and if you know it, all you got to do is text it to the Davis Honda text line. If you get it right, you qualify. So today we're giving away four packs of tickets. This is a great prize. In fact, Addison behind the glass wants this prize today. Four packs of tickets to the Adventure Aquarium. Get ready to visit Adventure Aquarium Shark and Ray Summer from now through August 16th. Walk over real sharks, meet stunning new spotted eagle rays, join weekend dance parties with mascot Gil
Bill
the
in
Shark.
his chum.
Get tickets at adventureaquarium.com or win them today on What Movie Wednesday. You'll have a chance every hour. All right, coming up next, the Bottalicast will continue, as you will hear Angry Ricky probably for the next 9 innings. But I also want to talk some Eagles. Because what is more important to this season's success? Is it the Eagles' new offense or is it the Eagles' defense? We'll have that conversation coming up on the other side. Unfiltered, live on YouTube and 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic.
The Phillies cutting things close. I'm Addison Somberg with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies lost last night 2-0 against the Cardinals, and Don Mattingly commented on pulling Christopher Sanchez after 89 pitches.
Well, I didn't want to pull Christopher to start with, but checking on him after the inning, and he was done. So I know the pitch count was still okay at times. We've seen him back out like that, but tonight he was done.
Currently in Game 3, top of the first, just 1 out. Zach Wheeler will be on the mound. We'll keep you updated as the game goes on as the Phils look to win the series. Many questions surround the return time of Jonathan Grenard and his pec strain, and defensive coordinator Vic Fangio commented on that timetable saying we won't be seeing him for a couple weeks at the very least. The countdown continues for Eagles' first preseason game this upcoming Saturday against the Baltimore Ravens. And we will also have ESPN Eagles reporter Tim McManus to break down all things Eagles training camp at 4 p.m. The Union are back at it tomorrow for a Leagues Cup game against Santos Laguna. Kickoff at 7 p.m. This update was brought to you by Verizon Business. Verizon Business experts love small businesses, so they will come directly to you on your schedule. With real expertise tailored to your needs, make an appointment with Verizon Business expert. Go to Verizon.com/book today. I'm Addison Somberg on your home of the Sixers Flyers Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Action throughout the Phillies game from our man Ricky Bowe. I want to get to the Eagles, but let me ask you a question, Ricky. Why is Bryce Harper wasting an ABS challenge in the first inning with nobody on base and 2 outs?
I don't know. That doesn't make any sense. You got to be smarter than that. We've had a lot of this go on lately. I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, the first inning, 2 outs. Is it really that important, Bryce?
It's a 3-2 pitch, so I guess it's him getting on first, but you better be sure.
You better be 100% sure. You know what? Some games you go into these things and everything turns out well. Other times, Bryce Harper is probably one of the guys that's going to use it the most. And they're using another one right here, too, by the way. But I think they got this one right.
Who's this, JT now behind the plate?
I think he's right. I think JT was right.
If not, they're out of challenge. What
Told you. There it is.
All right, so he was right on that.
Imagine that out of challenge his first inning.
Ridiculous if that was the case. All right, we'll keep bringing you all the updates on the Phillies sporadically throughout the show. Ricky's watching it as we're doing the show here. So if you want to watch the game, put it on mute and listen to us. We're on YouTube. You could stream us. You could download the Fanatic app. We're everywhere, baby. All right. I want to talk Eagles, though, because it is training camp. They do have their first preseason game on Saturday. I know a lot of fans can't see the team. So I got kind of a overall broad question here. There's been a lot of talk about the new offense, how Sean Mannion's coming in. There's going to be this brand-new offense installed. We'll play some clips for you coming up a little later from Fangio and Jalen Hurts and all that. We know it's going to be a brand-new offense. But when we look at this season, what do you think is going to determine the success of the 2026 Eagles more? Is it the success of the offense, or is it going to be the success of the defense? Which one will dictate more?
Honestly, I'm going to say the success of the defense. I think the defense could be really good. I love Fangio. I'm a huge fan of Fangio. I like what he does. I like how he brings in guys and he fits them right in there like a puzzle piece. I think that's great. But defenses can carry you in that league. I think we all know that. Did he call Quinyon Mitchell a virgin yesterday for not having an interception?
Vic did?
Did he?
I don't know.
I could have sworn I saw that.
Did he say that? I didn't see that.
I may have missed it.
I haven't seen it.
I might be off, but I thought I heard it.
It's interesting you brought up Quinyon interception. Did you see the Eagles social media team tweeted out today a video of Quinyon intercepting Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, it doesn't count.
It shouldn't matter. But you and I both know, Ricky, you and I both know that there are people down the dial who are probably, we're lucky they're not on the air today. They would have made a whole show about it. They would have made a whole show about, are you worried that Jalen Hurts threw an interception yesterday in training camp? Like, this is the type of fearmongers you have out there trying to do what we call fake sports talk.
You get a little annoyed, don't you?
It's just so absurd that there's people out there who actually listen to it and think that that actually means something. Like, oh, man, he threw an interception in practice today. Whew, I'm worried.
Yeah, there's something wrong.
I'm worried. So, all right, you're going with the defense, though, needing to be what dictates the success.
Yes.
I mean, look, if we're being fair, they both need to be good, right? They both need to be good.
I agree with that.
But here's the difference.
I know where you're going to go.
Well, yeah, because here's the difference. You look at last year's Eagles defense. They finished top 5 in points against. That's pretty damn good. But yet they didn't get to the level of success that we all wanted. Why? Because their offense was 19th in terms of points and went whole halves of football where they were just non-existent, and they struggled immensely against the 49ers in that wild card game. So you're right. The defense has a lot of potential to be very good. But if the offense is equal to, or dare I say below what it was last year, I don't think it's going to matter how good your defense is. So I think what's going to dictate the success of this Eagles team is going to be how good the offense is acclimating to a brand new scheme and a brand new system. And look, a lot's been made, Ricky, of the different coordinators every year. And I thought Fangio said it best yesterday. Even though they change coordinators every year, it was relatively the same offense. This now is the first time where they're asking Jalen Hurts and the rest of these guys brand new offense. Listen to Fangio from yesterday.
I think Jalen's having a good camp. I think he looks faster. Obviously, we can't touch him during practice. And, so there's always that debate whether you had him or not. And I think there's been a few times where our guys think they had him and they really didn't. I think he's moving good. And I think he's doing a nice job with the new offense. A lot's been made about him, all these coordinators he's been with. But it's basically been the same offense every year. This is different. And I think he's done a great job with it.
All right, so he even points out there, a lot was made before of all the coordinators, but it was the same offense every year. This is now the first time where you're doing a brand new offense.
Right.
So when I say, hey, we need the offense to really dictate the success, how succcul can the offense be?
Yeah, because it takes a little growth.
Yeah, how good can they be?
There has to be a growth plate in here. I think you could look at this as pros and cons. When they're going up against other teams, what are the pros? They haven't seen this offense before. They don't know what's coming. So, I mean, I would assume that could carry them for 3 weeks early on in the season, that nobody could figure out what's going on from the Eagles' offense. But then it's got to click because adjustments will be made defensively against you. And I think by that point, I think 3-4 weeks into the season, you start getting a pretty good feel of what you are offensively. So they have that. I call it a little bit of a leeway because teams won't know what they're doing. So it really could benefit them early on in the season. But then you have to actually make sure you're always doing the right things offensively, or else the defense are going to adjust. And then that's where it gets, I guess, a little bit more confusing. That's where it gets down to precision, that you have to do everything right or else things could fall through a little bit. But I think they have an advantage, especially early on.
Yeah, it is a good point. You're right. Even though it's going to take time for them to find their rhythm, the other defenses don't necessarily know what they're trying to do. But then it'll be, how do they adjust? Because if you go back, I mean, Jalen Hurts in 2022, phenomenal season. 2023 under Brian Johnson, although they had their struggles, it wasn't bad until teams kind of figured out how to beat the team. Remember, they had no answer for the blitz, and things just got ugly. When we talk about the epic collapse, things got worse every week with that offense, and they couldn't adjust. In Kellen Moore's 2024 Super Bowl campaign, it didn't matter. Everybody knew what you were doing. It was like, all right, let's load the box. They're going to try to run Saquon, but they just couldn't stop him.
They couldn't stop him at all.
Couldn't stop him. And then,
but that was all about the offensive line.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. If you remember, I think his average first contact was 3.6 or 3.4 yards that year, right? And last year it was about half of that. So, I mean, that tells me one thing, that your offensive line, they were a bunch of monsters that year. They need to get back to that.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, yeah, we didn't put this on the Twitter poll. We put new offense, but really, offensive line health could have been the most important thing.
I think it was last year.
Right?
I think that was a major thing. I mean, you look at Landon Dickerson was beat up. Lane Johnson ended up being beat up. Cam Jurgens, who knows what was wrong with him last year? And we know it was physical. We know he had the back problems. We know all of that. But, I mean, for the most part, it seems as though they should be healthy this year coming into the season. So it's going to be interesting to see how dominant they could be up front.
Yeah, it is going to be interesting. And I want to hear from Eagles fans on this question, because I think a lot of times you might knee-jerk and say the new offense, but Ricky Bo's making a valid case on why it is the defense. You need that defense. I mean, look no further than the Cowboys last year. Cowboys were awesome offensively. They had a tremendous offense. Their defense was so terrible it didn't matter. They couldn't do anything. So you certainly need that defense. This is going to be the subject of our Twitter poll today. But I also want to hear from people. So for those who are maybe checking us out for the first time on YouTube, we do a thing called We Hear You, twice a show, every show, 3:45 and then again in the 5 o'clock hour. Text your voice memos to the Davis Honda text line, and we'll play the best of them at 3:45. So you can answer this question. What is more important to the Eagles' success this season? Is it the new offense, or is it the defense? So get your voice memos in, 610-632-0975. And if you just want to bash the Phillies, we'll certainly accept those voice memos as well.
I'll take anything today.
Yeah. Well,
because last night was a sad excuse again, 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. It's just the inconsistencies show up every week. They don't go away, and that's the biggest problem on this team.
You know what else is a problem before we introduce the Twitter poll? During the break, Dylan came in here. And you know how you called Dylan a rat? You've called him a rat. He's our digital coordinator. He came in here. He was messing with this camera, right? That's on me.
I know what he did.
And now I'm looking at YouTube. He made me look extremely short
Hold on
this
let
thing.
me see this.
Why am I sitting so far below you? They're really playing up this Bill's short thing. I am 5'11", damn it. All right? It was a bad picture. It was a bad angle. And now look what he did. He's got me sitting like 3 inches lower than you on the
Hold on, I didn't get in there yet.
On the YouTube stream. All right, while you're pulling that up, let's introduce the Twitter poll. Twitter poll up yet, Matt?
Twitter poll is
Oh, you do look little. You
Don't
are
I?
little.
Look how little I look.
Look at a little guy.
That's all Dylan. You're right.
Look at the little guy. You see the little guy?
Dylan McKinnon.
such a little cute.
I'm going to sit like this.
Cutie. Look at that guy.
Actually, I should be looking like this.
All right, so we got Matt and Addison behind the glass today. So Matt's there right now. Twitter poll up?
Twitter poll is up.
Twitter poll always up. Thanks to Dr. Avi Donapel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. What do we got, brother?
What will determine how successful the Eagles are this season? The new offense or the defense? Right now, it's overwhelming. The new offense at 84%.
Wow. 84% are saying the new offense. I mean, listen. You're
wearing me out.
The crazy thing is, though, you go back and look all the years that the Eagles made the Super Bowl.
But
they had a top 10 defense.
Defense, right.
Like, all right, 2024.
I think defense wins you the championship for the most part. You're going to need
the old cliche.
Yeah, but you're going to need the defense. Think about this. Joe Burrow. Where has he gone? And tell me why.
Yeah, their defense.
Their defense has sucked for years. Look at Seattle last year.
Right, hold on,
Darnold had a nice year, but their defense was devastating.
2024, they win the Super Bowl. They had the number 7 offense, the number 2 defense. In 2022, lost the Super Bowl. They had the number 3 offense, the number 8 defense. 2017, when they won the Super Bowl, number 3 offense, number 4 defense. Let's go back to 2004 when they went and lost. The number 2 defense, number 8 offense. Should we go all the way back to 1980? 1980 when they went and lost the Super Bowl. Number 1 defense, number 6 offense. So, really, the real answer is you need both. They've had a top 10 in both every single time they've gone to a Super Bowl. But I think, I think the defense is going to be good. I think what's going to dictate the success, how much do they acclimate to this new offense. But
yeah, it's going to be interesting. But like I said, I think they're going to have some leeway because even when Vic Fangio comes on and says this offense is a lot different than he's had, that tells you something. That tells you that it's completely different than what they've been doing. So that's a positive because other teams aren't going to expect it. That's 100% for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting, man. We're not going to see – I doubt we'll see anything on Saturday with the Ravens. But Tim McManus, ESPN, he will join us at 4 o'clock. He's been down there every day at training camp. You know what's funny? I had Tim on – you might have been off that day. I can't remember. Maybe you were here when we had Tim on the last time. Were you here when we had Tim last week?
I think I was off.
All right, so I had him.
I was here last week.
Were you? Okay. When I asked him about Jalen Hurts, that he appears to be lighter and seems to be in a good place, and Tim McManus had glowing things to say about Jalen Hurts, and I saw all of these people come out on social media and say, oh, Tim McManus is a Jalen Hurts hater, all because of that article that was written in early April, which if you read the whole article, I actually felt like it was a pretty balanced article. He said a lot of good things about Jalen Hurts as well, but it's funny how people get in their mind that somebody is like a Hurts hater. This is the problem with the discourse on Hurts in this city, as we've talked about before. It's a bright line. You're either on one side where you defend everything, or you're on the other side and you're considered a hater. I feel like you could be in the objective club. Hurts is what we are. McManus is an objective analyst, and that's what I respect about him. So he'll be joining us at 4 o'clock.
It's unbelievable. By the way, somebody said that Paris Hilton would carry you around.
Oh, like her little chihuahua?
Like her chihuahua, yeah.
I was thinking Legally Blonde.
When are we gonna
It
bring
says Paris Hilton would be carrying Colarulo around in her purse.
When are we going to bring the tape measure in to put an end to this?
You're the one that keeps saying you're going to do it.
You're the one procrastinating.
You're the one that wants to be measured. We don't care.
We don't care.
Well, you are the ones because you're the ones to keep talking about it.
I didn't say anything.
You're just a little guy.
That's you.
You know what? We're going to measure our heights.
Poor little buddy.
Yeah, you know what?
Which one is your favorite minion?
Not a fan of the Minions.
Himself.
Not a fan of Minions. All right, look, here's what we got coming up. We got our first What Movie Wednesday coming up next. We're doing Kevin Costner movies for your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to the Adventure Aquarium. We're giving away 4 of them. Kevin Costner movies in honor of the Field of Dreams game tomorrow. But we were just talking about Jalen Hurts and this new offense. We'll hear what Jalen Hurts had to say about the new offense yesterday after practice. So keep it here. Unfiltered continues. 97.5 The Fanatic and live on YouTube.
Hey, it's Ricky Bo. I spent over 12 years.
All right, we got a What Movie Wednesday coming up. We'll get back to the Eagles offense, but we're also doing the Bottalicast where we react live to what's going on in the Phillies game. And before the first pitch today, Ricky, I asked you the question, why are they risking Bryce Harper's health by keeping him in right field just so that Alec Boehm can stay in this damn lineup, which makes no sense? And what just happened?
Let's see, an error by Alec Boehm.
Oh, an error by Alec Boehm at first.
And the Phillies are, thank goodness that guy was running in dog poop because that would have been 2-0.
That was close.
But, yeah, Alec Boehm with a big error. Phillies are down 1-0.
What are they doing?
He seems lost over there.
I just don't get why you're doing this.
On the other side of the page, you saw that play that Stott just made to end the second. Boehm doesn't make that.
Stott's been great at third.
Well, Stott's an athlete that has a baseball mindset.
Yeah, I mean, he made some big plays.
Unlike the guy playing first.
He made some big plays last night.
You don't like him at all.
I don't. Maybe he's a nice guy. He's not helping you in the lineup in terms of at the plate, and he's hurting you in the field. But then just as important to those two things, you're risking Harper's health to keep him there. It just doesn't make sense. It makes zero sense.
Well, not a lot of things have made sense with this Phillies team right now. I don't know how you want to start this, how you want to look at it. But, I mean, this whole switching, you knew. I told you when they started moving the puzzle pieces around that something was going to go wrong. Am I right or wrong? Did I not say that to you and you understood that and you got why I was saying it?
Yep.
The other thing is that guys' bodies change. And a guy like Bryce Harper, if you look at him, he's thick on the bottom. Not like he's muscular on the bottom, I'll say.
You like that. You like that look. It's a good look, right? You're not wrong, though, Ricky. I know exactly what you're saying. He's bulked up a little bit down below.
I've got a talking donkey.
He's got a little of a badonk-a-donk now.
Whatever. It's just a different body type that goes out to the outfield that he used to be. And my whole thing is you knew something could happen to somebody who was going to get injured, who was going to be the guy that you were going to have to watch out for. Well, since this move has happened, which has been, a little bit over a week, Bryce Harper has now DH'd twice.
Yeah, try to get him off his feet.
Off his feet. You got Boehm kicking the ball all over the place at first base.
Frustrating, man. Frustrating.
It is going to be very interesting. I just talked to you guys out in the hall. And the one thing that came in my mind, because you guys kind of poo-pooed it, would this be the most, I guess, disappointing season ever in Phillies sports history?
Yeah, because
if they don't make the playoffs.
Yeah, because this core group would basically go out with a whimper. Like, that's kind of how it would be. I don't think you can run it back if they don't make the postseason. I think it's over, and this would be an end of an era, and it would be an extremely disappointing era.
You know what I was going to ask you? Do you think these players think they're playing that poorly? Or do they just think, we got plenty of games left?
I don't know. That is a good question.
I don't know how they I sit and wonder. I mean, they're not that disappointed. They're getting a lot of money. I mean, so their job, they're doing well in their jobs. But, I mean, as far as wins and losses, this team should be a lot better than where they are right now. A lot.
You would think, especially with that payroll. So, all right, if you want to weigh in on the Phillies, send your voice memos in. We hear you coming up at 3:45 like we always do. Send them into the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. We're also doing Eagles talk today. We asked the question, what's more important to this team's success, the new look offense or the success of the defense? You can weigh in on that conversation as well. Matt, who's behind the glass right now, said the Davis Honda text line is blowing up. And somebody is calling me a hypocrite because I was mad that people are making a big deal about the interceptions when Jalen Hurts throws them in training camp. So I got to hear this.
Why is somebody mad?
Yeah, what are people saying, Matt?
This is Frank in Philly. Bill, when training camp started, you were so hyped with the new offense and what Jalen Hurts was doing. You can't have it both ways. So when he's doing good on the 7-on-7 with no pads, it's okay. But when he throws a pick, you say it's just training camp. Come on, Bill.
No, you can have it both ways because the purpose of training camp, especially when you're installing a new offense, is exactly that, to install a new offense. And if Jalen Hurts looks good in the new offense, that's an encouraging sign. But if he's throwing interceptions in practice, you have no idea why that interception was thrown. You don't know if the wide receiver broke off the route. You don't know if the wide receiver ran the wrong route. You don't know what the first, second, and third reads could have been. you have no idea why he might have thrown that interception. So if Jalen Hurts is looking good as they instill a new offense, that's a positive. But if Jalen Hurts is throwing interceptions in practice, it's fine because it's practice. So I think you can look at the positives and say, hey, man, that's a good sign. Jalen Hurts is really picking up the offense. He's running it well. And at the same time, acknowledge they're instilling a new offense, so there's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some bumps in the road. And the people who are on the sidelines, like, look, I've been to training camp, okay? When you're sitting there on the sidelines and you're watching these, you have no idea what the play is. You don't know what the first read was. You don't know what the purpose of the play was. You don't know what the philosophy behind the play call was or the design is. So you can't, from the outside, say whether or not Jalen Hurts was successful or unsuccessful. But you can certainly look at his command of the offense and say, hey, you know what? He's starting to get this as they instill an entire new scheme. And
wow, somebody hit your funny bone there, huh?
Well, I mean, look, don't even take my word for it. I mean, J.J. Watt's guy who's played in this league forever, he came out a couple years ago that said tracking training camp stats is the dumbest thing he's ever seen. You remember that? When he's like, I thought this was a joke that people were doing this. But when we talk about the new offense a little bit, Jalen Hurts touched on it yesterday, Ricky Bo. Talked about the new philosophy. Here's your quarterback.
Philosophically, things are a little different. The approach is different, but our O-linemen, they've had the same coach for a very long time. So I think that's always been to their benefit because they know what they're getting. And all as an offense is just about learning and immersing ourselves into the new perspective, the new coaching, and then, getting the reps and being able to build off those things.
Yeah, I mean, when he talks about the new philosophy, he mentions in there, and maybe we overlooked this. You and I have talked about it. It's not just Jalen getting accustomed to a new offense.
It's everybody.
The offensive line, entirely different scheme.
Well, I mean, that's probably going to be the most intriguing thing because, I mean, with Jalen Hurts, obviously he's the one guy that has to know what everybody's doing on every single play. He's got to know where his receivers are, what his running backs are doing, what the offensive line scheme is on that certain play. So, I mean, yeah, everything's going to be a little new. Obviously, a whole different language, it sounds like, that they're going to be using. So everything's new for everybody. And the one thing we are hearing that is important is that you're not hearing a lot of major screw-ups at practice. You know what I mean? Like you're hearing from the Browns coaching staff that, you know what, they're trying to run a 2-minute offense at the end of their practices and they can't keep people on side. That to me is kind of comical. You don't hear that with the Eagles. The Eagles, what it's all about is studying and making sure you're prepared and you bring it on the field. And when you look at this offensive line, I think they're going to be very successful.
Yeah, that's key number one. And we'll have Tim McManus from ESPN at 4 o'clock. He'll break it all down, what he's seen down at training camp. But it's time for your first What Movie Wednesday. So for those who've never played, the rules are simple. We'll play a clip of a movie. If you know it, all you got to do is text it to the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. If you get it right, you'll qualify. We'll do it once an hour. We're giving away four packs of tickets to the Adventure Aquarium over in Camden. In honor of the Field of Dreams game tomorrow, we're doing Kevin Costner movies. That is the clue. Here's your first chance.
Costner.
All right, here's your first chance.
You wish to end this?
What are you doing?
You wish to go home?
Yeah.
Then we must stop fighting amongst ourselves and face that the price for it may be dear. I, for one, would rather die than to spend my life in hiding. The sheriff calls us outlaws. But I say we are free. And one free man defending his home is more powerful than 10 hired soldiers. The Crusades taught me that.
Oh, text the name of the movie, 610-632-0975. Coming up, we'll give you the answer. We will also talk a little about the Sixers. More schedule announcements, this time the NBA Cup games. Do we care about the NBA Cup? And what Tyrese Maxey had to say about his recruitment of LeBron and how it might change his game this season. Keep it here, Unfiltered, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Summer is barbecue season, and Wild Fork has...
to worry. I'm Addison Somberg with this Fanatic Sports Update. Many questions surround the run game with a new offensive style under Sean Mannion, but yesterday Jalen Hurts spoke on Saquon Barkley and Tank Bigsby during the Eagles training camp.
I think they've been running very physical. Obviously two very physical runners, dynamic runners. Doesn't do justice when it's just a tag off or a thump. Everybody's just been chipping away. I think those two have had really good camps.
The countdown continues for Eagles' first preseason game this upcoming Saturday against the Baltimore Ravens. The Phillies lost last night 2-0 against the Cardinals. Currently game 3 in the top of the third, I believe. And we'll keep you updated as the game goes on. Phillies look to win the series with Zach Wheeler on the mound. We also have Eagles ESPN reporter Tim McManus on to break all things down Eagles training camp at 4 p.m., so stick around for that. And the Union are back at it tomorrow for a Leagues Cup game against Santos Laguna. Kickoff at 7 p.m. This update was brought to you by the Blizzard Double Flip Deal at Dairy Queen. What's better than grabbing a Blizzard treat? Snagging a second one for just 99 cents with the Blizzard Double Flip Deal. Only in the DQ app. DQ, happy tastes good. For a limited time at participating U.S. locations. I'm Addison Somberg on your home of the Sixers Flyers Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Kevin Costner's Field of Dreams?
I don't know. I'm guessing a Wyatt Earp.
That would be
incorrect.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
See, I didn't know Robin Hood. I don't remember the line of him saying we're going to protect our homes.
He says the sheriff thinks we're outlaws. That should have been the telltale sign. But good guess. Wyatt Earp's a good guess. Another hint, Wyatt Earp is not on the list today. Was he in Wyatt Earp?
Yeah. Not sure what he did.
Was he in that movie?
I think he was.
Well, if you got Prince of Thieves, you qualify. We're giving away four packs of tickets to the Adventure Aquarium. Were you a fan of that movie, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves? I loved it as a kid.
Don't believe I ever saw it.
Morgan Freeman's in it.
Don't believe I ever saw it. No, nor do I like. I don't know. I'm. This is going to sound horrible. I was not a big fan of Kevin Costner's.
Really?
I know he did a couple baseball movies, 3 of them that I know of, right off the top of my head. But
he did Bull Durham.
But I think like you could have done those.
Field of Dreams. The Perfect Game. What was it? Is that what it was called? Not The Perfect Game.
No, you just ruined it.
He throws a perfect game, but what's that movie called that Costner did?
Oh my goodness! It's hold on.
For the love of the game.
For the love of the game.
Yeah, for the
Clear
love
the
of
mechanism.
the game.
I thought the movie was well written. I thought there were too many throwbacks in it. Like everything was a flashback. I understand that was part of the movie, but it was like part of it's true, and then I don't know. Being a professional baseball player, you know what parts are true and what aren't. You know what I mean? It's like Bull Durham.
Bull Durham was good.
I knew what was true and what wasn't.
Well, how accurate was that movie? Bull Durham was pretty accurate, no?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, for the most part.
What about Field of Dreams? That was pretty accurate. You build the stadium, the ghosts will come out of the cornfield, right? I mean, that happens, no?
Yeah, usually, yeah. Angels in the Outfield is based on a true story as well.
Angels in the Outfield was
that one. What's it?
Rookie of the Year? Where the guy breaks his arm?
That happened.
Henry coming into the game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Based on true story.
So we'll have another chance coming up this hour. We're not doing any of Costner's baseball movies, all right? We're not doing any of those. But Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves was the right answer. If you got it right, you qualify. We'll announce our 4 winners at the end of the show, but keep playing along. I want to talk some Sixers. We'll get back to the Eagles and the Phillies. Phillies game right now, they are down 1-0. Bottalicast will continue if anything happens to get Angry Ricky to come out.
It's a game of double plays right now.
Well, 1-0's probably over. I mean, the way this offense has been.
You are negative Nance.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm the one that's supposed to be pissed off all the time and negative. You are so negative.
Yeah, maybe they shouldn't even play the rest of the game. It's over. They're not going to be able to score a run.
Why bother?
All right, so let's go to the Sixers, though, because we continue to get updates on different games that are getting released, but they released the NBA Cup schedule. So your Sixers are going to open up the NBA Cup at home October 30th versus the New York Knicks on Prime Video. Then they have another NBA Cup game November 6th at Cleveland, also on Prime. November 25th, Miami Heat, 5 o'clock. Is that the Wednesday before Thanksgiving? What's Thanksgiving this year, Matt? Can you look that up? I think it's Thursday, November 26th, right?
Yeah, I think it's Thanksgiving Eve. There is a game.
So that's Thanksgiving Eve, 5 o'clock. It looks like we get off the air a little early that day, Ricky Bo. We got a Sixers game. We can hit the bars early on Thanksgiving Eve.
Are you looking for me to say something about this?
You're not happy about that? We get to hit the bars early. Thanksgiving Eve is the most gone out year.
Where do you have to go for Thanksgiving?
We usually host, which means I don't do anything. So we usually host. We'll see. So you got that November 25th at home versus Miami. And that might be cool to let us broadcast from down there since it's a home game leading into the game. That would be pretty cool. A 5 o'clock game. If we're on the air at 2 o'clock, we'll have people coming in. There'll be a party. Get on that, Vito. November 25th, Unfiltered. We'll broadcast from
Why do you
Xfinity
always
Mobile.
think we're going somewhere to broadcast?
Well, we should. November 27th at Indiana, 7:30. Those are your NBA Cup games. Now, let me ask you a question, Rick. I do at night. Do you care about the NBA Cup at all? Does it do it for you?
They have a shot to win it this year, the Sixers.
Yeah, and would that do anything for you?
No, nothing. You get a banner, right?
You get a banner. But could you imagine?
They tied it up, boys.
Oh, hold on. Quick detour. Bottalicast. Luis Arise with a double.
Double.
Ties it up.
Harper hit a slicing double to left, and then Arise double.
There we go.
We got a 1-1 game. Nobody out in the fourth.
Get excited.
You get excited.
All right, Arise is back, baby.
That was a hanging poo-poo pitch he got, too, right in the middle of the plate.
Now, I can't
That
confirm
barely hit
this.
the line.
I can't confirm this, but I think before the game, Luis Arise told Kevin Long, get the hell out of my face. I'll do what I was always doing. And now he's back to hit.
Is that what you think?
Yeah, it might have been what happened. All right, good stuff. So we got a 1-1 game. We'll keep giving you updates on the Fightin' Phils. But NBA Cup, here's what would really bother me. The Sixers haven't won anything since 1983.
Right.
I really don't want the first thing they win to be the NBA Cup. I don't want us to have to celebrate in the NBA Cup, which doesn't mean anything.
Look, I understand where you're coming from. I don't think it matters. Just win something. I mean, I know that cup thing is the biggest joke anybody's ever heard of in the NBA. Why are they doing it?
Because they had to try to make the regular season relevant.
Because they made the new floors, so they have to use them?
No, I think it's because when you look at the
That's
NBA
not
season,
relevant. These guys don't care, give two bleeps if they win that thing.
Yeah, they do because they get paid. But the NBA Cup, if you look at the regular season, 82 games is too long. None of these guys play 82 games anymore. And they had to try to do something to make regular season games matter to the fans and the players.
What do they get, $1 million a piece?
So they implemented this, yeah. And that's why they did it, though. I mean, I agree with you.
They did it because their players didn't care. That's interesting. That's basically how you just defined it.
It's exactly what they did.
Yeah.
So, and this is what I always compare it to the NFL. The NFL has to be careful. Like, I know they're going to go to 18 games eventually. They got to stop there because the beautiful part of the NFL is every game matters. The regular season matters. You live and die each week. If you keep adding games, then you're going to have to put something in the middle
Tell
like the
that
NBA
to the Browns fans that every week matters.
It does, though.
By the time it's week 7, they're done every year.
But you understand the point, is that you could be 8-5, and that game is the biggest game going.
You're absolutely right.
7-9, that the last game matters still. Because you guys could still sneak in at 8-9 in today's NFL if you're in the NFC South.
Yeah, you can. Hey, easy about the South.
Yeah, you're a big Tampa Bay Bucks fan. But, yeah, I don't really care about the NBA Cup. Now, Dylan McKinnon did just text me, and he's right. The Knicks won the NBA Cup before they ended their drought of winning the NBA title.
That they did. Very nicely done, Dylan, but nobody still cares about it.
Nah, I don't care about the NBA Cup.
They probably, I mean, in all reality, can you imagine they'd have to hoist a banner for that before they hoist anything?
What would you do?
Do you throw it?
Does the NBA Cup banner get hung the season you win it or the next season?
I think the season you win it, isn't it? Right after you win it.
Yeah, when did the Knicks hang their banner? Dylan, weigh in on that, too. When did the Knicks hang their banner?
The Sixers played them.
Yeah, and the Sixers beat them. And that was, I guess you're right, I think that was in the same season that they put that damn thing up. Man, I don't know. There hasn't been a banner hung since 2001 for the Sixers, and we're going to hang the NBA Cup banner? I don't know. I'm curious. Fans, weigh in on that. Hit us up on the Davis Honda text line. Sixers are exciting this year, obviously. We got LeBron, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid. The list goes on and on. Are you invested in the NBA Cup, though? Like, for me, I'm still not. I'll look at it as a regular season game. I want to see them win them as many as they can, but I'm not really that invested because, it's an NBA Cup game tonight. Edge of my seat, man. I got to watch the NBA Cup tonight. The Knicks did not hang an NBA Cup banner, according to Dylan. I thought they did.
They had to acknowledge it. I thought you had to hang a banner.
So did I. I thought it was, required.
Yes, because the Lakers had to, remember?
Is Dylan giving us false information? Did the Knicks hang an NBA Cup banner? No, they did not. They chose not to.
I thought you had to.
After winning the in-season tournament. The team opted against it.
I thought you had to. Didn't the...
No, it says it depends on the franchise. The Lakers and Bucks did, but the Knicks decided not to.
So didn't they had a night to celebrate it, though? Didn't they have a night to celebrate the NBA
Somebody
Cup?
brought it up yesterday that the Sixers beat them when they celebrated the tournament.
Earnshaw told us.
Yeah, it says they did celebrate on court, but they said they had larger goals in mind.
But there was an official celebration, in Las Vegas. The team did have a home celebration 2 days later on December 19th. So they did. They had to do a home celebration. I don't know.
That is pathetic. Can you imagine winning a 6-game in-season series is basically what it is, right?
Yeah.
Is it 6 games?
Yeah, it's a regular season.
It's the dumbest crap I've ever heard.
And the scheduling is weird because it's in between regular season games. So it's not like a straight tournament. You have a tournament game, then
well, everybody's playing other different teams.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
I don't like it.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. But look, I guess it's working for
I don't think, let's face it, we've all been around a while watching sports. Is there any other dumber tournament in major sports? Baseball doesn't have it.
No other sport has an in-season tournament.
It's the dumbest thing ever. Nobody wants it.
Now, if we're being honest, though, it's obviously working because did you see what the Lakers just sold their franchise for? $12 billion.
So the owners are making money. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So whatever they're doing in the NBA.
You remember the first year? I remember watching those games, and the court was making me sick.
Well, they were doing that bright red court, right?
Yeah, it was weird. You couldn't even see. Your eyes would not adjust to that court.
Yeah, so they've switched it to blue. We'll see what they do this year. All right, so NBA Cup, you could weigh in. Curious, anyone on the text line, Davis Honda text line, weighing in on whether or not they're invested in the NBA Cup? I'm just curious.
Nah, nobody's invested in that right now.
Yeah, see, people don't even care.
People do want to hear more of the Bottalicast. Somebody says that you just don't want to give Ricky the attention. That they're hearing more about how tall you are.
Well, JT just went down swinging in the top of the fourth, so it did stay tied at 1-1. JT does not look very comfortable today.
Man of the people.
Just for the record, I coined the term Bottalicast.
Yeah,
this was my idea to do the damn Bottalicast.
It's just repeating what the people are saying, man. Come on.
Idiot.
His feelings are hurt.
Price is wrong there, Kincaid.
All right, as we're talking NBA, though, Tyrese Maxey went on a podcast. I think it was called, what was that podcast called that he was on? I wrote it down, and I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what the podcast was now. Hold on. I want to give credit to the people who had him on, and I can't find it. If you find it, let me know, because I want to give them credit. But they had Maxey on, and he was talking about recruiting LeBron. Because, there's been a lot of chatter from a lot of NBA insiders that, man, Maxey was going crazy. He was blowing up LeBron's phone every single day. Well, Maxey wanted to push back on that.
Numbers on the board?
There it is. Numbers on the board pod. Thanks, Ricky Bo. So here was Maxey when he got asked, how much were you blowing up LeBron's phone? Here he is.
I know they said you was blowing up his phone.
That ain't happened. Let's slow down.
Oh, he said that ain't happened. Oh, okay.
I don't blow up no man's phone. Now, did I call? For sure. I didn't know at first if it was possible or not. So I remember, I don't know if he was a free agent 2 years ago or last year. And, we work out in the morning. I text Rich, man, give me Brian number. I'm about to mess with him real quick. I hit him yo, you're always welcome to come to Philly if you want to, you know what I'm saying? Before he re-signed back to Lakers. We knew he was going back to Lakers. But I'm just messing with him. And then this time, RP look, I don't know what he's going to do. He doesn't know what he's going to do. So, man, holler at him if you know what you're thinking. So I hit him. I'm yo, pull up. I think we got a good chance. I feel like you can help us. You arguably, if not the greatest of all time. So it's why wouldn't we want you on our team? You know what I mean? Just gave him the rundown on that. And I probably talked to him at least 3 or 4 times.
So he wanted to make clear, I don't blow up any man's phone. But he did talk to him 3 or 4 times. And,
right.
And obviously Rich Paul representing both of them certainly helps.
Any man's phone.
Yeah. So that means he's blowing up women's phone?
I don't know. You said it.
Maxey married? I forget.
Yes.
Any kids?
Engaged or married? I think he's married.
Didn't he just have a kid?
He's got he's got a girlfriend, and they just had their first child.
Last season, right? Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah, because she was at the event last Thursday that the infamous picture was taken that made me look short. That I can't seem to let go. It still bothers me. All right, so that was Maxey on the recruitment, but here's the more important thing. There's been a lot of talk about, well, how does everybody adjust now? You got Jaylen Brown. You got LeBron James. You got Joel Embiid. You still have Tyrese Maxey. You've added Anthony Simons. You drafted LeBaron Philon Jr. You got Dean Wade. You signed Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. There's rumors that maybe Kevin Love is coming. So you're going to have a lot of players on this team. And what we keep hearing is putting your egos aside and sacrificing for the greater good. And Maxey talked about that on the podcast as well when they asked him about how much he cares about still scoring. Listen to this.
I am going to have to change some of the things, but because of the dynamic of our team, we don't expect Process to play 70 games. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
If he does, we'll be good. We're happy with that. We don't expect
everybody happy if that
to play 70 games. Yeah. So that's how you balance it out. going to have games where I may have 20 or I may have 18 and we win, you know what I'm saying? Or I may have 35 and we win. It's going to be games when Process don't play, Braun don't play, where I may have to go get 45 and we win. JB may have to get 45 and we win. So I ain't too much tripping on the PPG. I mean, 22 is...
But you know damn well you ain't averaging 20 points.
So a lot in there, though, because if you remember, Ricky, you cited this quite often last Sixers season.
Yep.
That Maxey sounded frustrated when he came out and said, I've had to play 3 different roles on any given night.
Well, when you make that public, that's him trying to tell everybody that it's not as easy as it seems. When, Joel Embiid comes back into a game, I got to play a completely different role than if it's me and VJ. And then if Paul George is there or not there, that's 2 different roles I have to play. Yeah, it's not simple. You have to change who you are every time out there when they're constantly switching up guys. Yes, I agree.
So it's interesting, though, because he said it kind of in a negative last year.
It was a negative.
But this time, it sounds like it's a positive. Oh, well, it's not going to be bad because Process isn't going to play every night. And LeBron probably won't play every night. So there might be nights I drop 45. There might be nights where I'm just a secondary piece. Like,
imagine that. I mean, they all sound pretty like, is this going to be another double play? No. Anyways, they all sound like they're willing to do whatever it takes to win. Now, I hope this doesn't backfire, that nobody wants to take the shots.
Because everyone's going to be so unselfish.
Yes. There's the Sixers running out the shot clock again.
Another shot clock violation as 32 passes.
They have yet to shoot the basketball. Now, I'm just saying, I think this is actually a good thing going into the season because it sounds like they have one thing on their minds. And they're not, like, really coming out and saying it. Winning the whole thing is what's on their minds.
Absolutely.
And you could hear it because nobody seems like they're being very cocky in a sense, or have to be that one guy. That must be a weird feeling because they're all superstars in their own right.
Ego is the enemy with this team. That's what they got to do. Put your egos aside. It is.
Seems like they have.
I mean, you look at Joel
we haven't
Embiid.
really heard from Joel, but he does look pretty good.
He does. And you look at Joel Embiid, this is all about his legacy now. I mean, if they get a title, we remember Joel Embiid's career entirely differently. You look at Maxey, he sees this as a great opportunity to play with LeBron James, one of his idols, one of his friends, the greatest of all time. You look at Jaylen Brown. He's got a chip on his shoulder. Boston said, hey, we don't want you, and we're even going to trade you to our rival and take Paul George at 50 years old back. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys who, their focus is on winning a title, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. We're going to bring you a lot of Sixers coverage throughout the season for sure. I want to get back to the Eagles, though, because there was a lot of chatter yesterday, not only about the new offense, about how fast Jalen Hurts looks this season. Did he actually get faster? We'll talk about that.
How does that happen?
Exactly. And we got another What Movie Wednesday for you. So keep it here. 97.5, The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
Injuries continue surrounding training camp. I'm Addison Somberg with this Fanatic Sports Update. Many questions surround the return of Jonathan Grenard with his pec strain, and defensive coordinator Vic Fangio commented on that timetable.
An update on Jonathan Grenard, if he's closer or not?
No, we ain't going to see him for another couple weeks at least.
The countdown continues for the Eagles' first preseason game this upcoming Saturday against the Baltimore Ravens. We will also have ESPN Eagles reporter Tim McManus to break down all things Eagles training camp ahead of that first preseason game. Phillies lost last night 2-0 against the Cardinals. Right now, it is currently the bottom of the fourth, 1-1, thanks to Luis Ariz making the score 1-1 for an RBI. And Zach Wheeler is on the mound and is the bottom of the fourth. We'll keep you updated as the game goes on as the Phillies look to win the series tonight. And the Union are back at it tomorrow for a Leagues Cup game against Santos Laguna. Kickoff at 7 p.m. This update was brought to you by the McComb Group. Visit McCombGroup.com. The McComb Group supports contractors with one of the largest PVF inventories, from pipe, valve, and fittings to trusted brands. Count on the McComb Group to help you stay on schedule. Visit McCombGroup.com today. I'm Addison Somberg on your home of the Sixers Flyers Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Monday, August 17th.
Batalla, you say cast. Batalla, cast. Did that work?
Another hit for Bohm, I believe.
I know, after I just went on a rant that he should be benched. I still think he should be benched, though.
Bohm is 2 for 2. And you want to bench him. You're an idiot.
No. Still bench him.
What do you do with him? What do you do with him? You put him on the bench? He's making $12 million, whatever he's making this year.
Yeah, put him on the bench.
Just sit him on the bench. For who?
2 years ago, they benched him in the divisional series. I just told you move Harper back to first.
And then you use either Hill or whatever. You're willing to use Hill against righties also?
Hill or De La Cruz.
Why don't you just release him and bring back Gabriel Rincones Jr.? There you go.
No, yeah, look, who would be your left-handed bat?
I'm being facetious, dummy.
But who would be your left-handed bat out there? You wouldn't really have
They
one.
don't have one.
That you could put out in right field.
No, they don't have one.
All right, just for the hell of it, what's Derek Hill's splits right now against right-handers?
And the Phillies go down quietly in the 5th. And 1-1. Really tearing the cover off the freaking ball.
1-1. All right, let me look. So Derek Hill right now against against righties is hitting 246. He's actually got reverse splits.
I can't figure this team out, by the way. And it's frustrating because they have 6 hits. The Cardinals have 1 hit. 1 hit. Phillies have 6 hits. They are now, 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position today.
Yeah,
so that's 1 for their last 15.
And you just said they only have 1 hit for St. Louis. Why do they have the run? Because who?
Alec Bohm.
Alec Bohm.
Yep.
So he's hurting you more than he's helping you, isn't he? He hasn't driven in a run today.
I see where you're going, and I understand. I get what you're saying, and I understand that, and I think you're absolutely probably right. I don't know if they have the right bench to do that.
All right, here's the deal. I just looked at Alec Bohm against righties this year. He's hitting 228 with an OBP of 298. Derek Hill against righties this year is hitting 246 with an OBP of 310.
Okay. I hear what you're saying.
So why risk Harper in the outfield, and why risk the errors at first base from Alec Bohm?
I don't know what you're getting at. You think things are going to change just because you're saying change. It's not working.
Well, they benched him 2 years ago in the damn playoffs. Playoffs?
Yeah, it is. It's very odd. Yeah, they benched him because he basically came out and said that the situation is big, right? Isn't that it was last year.
Last year he said, you start to press a little bit because it's so big. You're trying so hard.
Well, that's one of those things where it's the generation. Like, we'll tell you how it is. It's really hard. I mean, I don't know. That's what you should look for when you are out there and you're trying to pick guys in a draft. Don't you look for guys that have been clutch? They don't do that anymore. You know, there's guys that scouts never saw and they just pick them. Did you know this?
What do they base on? Just the numbers?
No, they send out their reels with the spin rates and everything on them. They go get a reel made and then they send it.
Yeah, it's weird, man.
You got to be freaking kidding me.
All right, well, the Bottalicast will continue. Ricky Bo will give you any updates as the game goes on, so make sure you keep it here the rest of the show. We got another What Movie Wednesday coming up this segment. We're doing Kevin Costner movies because of the Field of Dreams game tomorrow. But I want to get back to the Eagles because there was a lot of talk yesterday. Vic Fangio said how fast Jalen Hurts looks, right?
Yeah.
Jalen Carter came out, said it looks like a movie with how fast he's moving. And when you do look at Jalen Hurts, it does appear like he's moving faster. But he's 28 years old. It's not like a guy's just going to immediately get faster. Now, he looks like maybe he trimmed down a little bit when you look at some of the pictures. He looks maybe a little leaner, a little tighter.
Okay. He does a little bit. But I wouldn't say it's like does it really look like it doesn't look like Joel Embiid trimmed down.
No, Joel Embiid got a lot leaner. So I actually thought Harry Douglas on Get Up this morning explained it the best. So Shefty goes on Get Up this morning after he does his hit with Andrew Salciunas, and he's talking about how Jalen Hurts looks faster, and is that possible that he looks faster? And Harry Douglas, who played wide receiver in this league, talks about how it could be the offense itself. Listen to this.
Everybody that's been at camp has remarked about how quick and fast Jalen Hurts has looked at training camp. I don't know if at the age of 28 you can get much faster, but it seems like he has this summer. There's a lot to learn. They're going to lean on him to run more, operate this offense. He's going to have to be mobile, but I didn't realize that at 28, you could gain speed. How does that happen? Help me out here.
So it's the offensive system that actually demands a lot of it as well. I remember talking to Matt Ryan when Kyle Shanahan went there, and he was the offensive coordinator. Matt Ryan won, offensive player MVP of the league in 2016. It demands you because you have to get over there with the play fakes, get over there and hand the football off coming under center, and on naked bootlegs. You have to be in tip-top shape from a quarterback perspective. On top of that, you look at Jalen Hurts. It's all about giving the offense an advantage over the defense. And if you have to play, Lewis, like you alluded to, 11-on-11 football, that gives you an advantage offensively because now the numbers are skewed towards the offense.
So good stuff there from Harry Douglas about how it's the offense itself that demands that you are quicker because of how quick you got to be.
Right.
Play action, you're under center, you're doing all these different things. But let's say Jalen is in really good shape because he looks like he is. It does look like he's using his legs a little bit more. We talked a lot last year. He only ran the ball 105 times. That was way down from the prior 4 seasons. He did 150 in 2024,
right.
157 in 23, 165 in only 15 games in 2022, which was arguably his best regular season he's had. He was an MVP candidate before he gets hurt in Chicago. You want to see him run more this year? Like, do you want to see that element of his game added back to the offense?
I actually do. I kind of – look, I liked it. I like when he runs the football. I think that adds an extra level of baseball to what of football to what this team could possibly be. And I think it really can confuse the defenses even more. So, yeah, I do like that. I like the aspect that he could run the football. I mean, do I want him to stay healthy? Yeah, I think that's very important. Let's face it, the Eagles don't want to go to their number 2.
No, you don't want Andy Dalton trying to win you more than a game. Like, that's what you want a backup quarterback for. He steps in, maybe he can win a game or two, but you don't want – the Nick Foles thing isn't happening ever again, where the guy just goes on a tremendous run and wins you a Super Bowl. But, yeah, I'm looking at these numbers. Like, 2022, in only 15 games, man, he had 165 carries. Last year, in 16 games, only 105. So, I mean, that's a huge drop-off from what he was doing before. You're right. You got to stay healthy. You got to be smart. But adding that element, it puts a lot of strain.
You add that element, and how many times – think about it. He's a smart runner in a sense that he only takes the ball when he knows he's got yardage in front of him. He's got to have green land in front of him. He's not going to sit there and take the ball into 5 defenders. He's not going to do that. He's never really done that, has he? The only time I could remember him taking a dumb hit against Tampa in Tampa. Do you remember this? When he went and he was like at the 3-yard line, could have just stepped out of bounds. Instead, he tried going through a defender and he got clocked.
Yeah, that's not being smart. You're right on that.
No, you have to always be smart, period, because you have to understand how much you mean to the team. You have to know that you're a big part of this offense.
Now, what you're kind of talking about, though, is the scrambles.
No, I'm talking about RPOs.
Yeah, what about the designed runs?
I don't have a problem with them as long as they're there. If not, we've seen them slide.
Yeah, just give up on the play.
Yes.
Don't be a hero.
Well, that's my whole point. I said usually if he's going to take off and sees green, he'll take advantage of that because he can run the football, and he runs like a running back once he gets in open space. But, I mean, the one thing you have to do is be somewhat smart about what you're doing. Take a look around you. Do you have a large path of grass in front of you? If you do, take it. If you don't, don't. I mean, bottom line is get your butt on the ground, period.
Get your butt on the ground.
Well, I mean, in all honesty, it's don't take that extra shot, right? You don't want to get hit.
Yeah, you don't. It's not worth the extra 2 yards or whatever you're going to get.
Well, that's why I said the one play in Tampa. If you remember that, he actually stopped running after that.
Yeah, he got hit hard. I do remember.
In the head, he got hit, too,
and then
he landed on his head or something.
The next few games, he barely ran.
Yep.
I do remember that. But, yeah, you know what I like, too, is even if Jalen Hurts running the ball doesn't necessarily work in terms of picking up a lot of yardage, it works because it helps now force the defense to account for him in the run game. It's that +1 in the run game. So even if he's not picking up yards when you call it, it gives Sean Mannion another tool in his arsenal where you got to put that strain on the defense.
And what happens is the running backs become a bigger feature again because now you got to worry about not only Jalen running and or passing, but then all of a sudden it's a pitch or a flip to Barkley, and he's wide open for some big running room.
Yeah.
There's always that extra layer.
It is exciting. And we'll talk to Tim because I saw Tim McManus yesterday from ESPN. He was on talking about that everyone's talking about how much Jalen looks fast, how quick he looks. So we'll ask
How did
Tim
that
what's
happen?
going on.
I mean, how do you get faster?
Well, our YouTube chat has a theory. They said you can get faster by jumping rope, running through the Italian market, and chasing chickens. So maybe that's what he's doing.
Chasing chickens.
Ricky doesn't get the reference.
Yes, I do. It was in Rocky.
Well, I played the song. That's how you knew it.
I knew it was in there.
All right, give me a
It was in
Batal-
Rocky 1.
It was in Rocky 1 and Rocky 2. All right, give me a Bottalicast update. How's Wheeler doing?
Still 1-1. Wheeler looks fine. Pitch count's at 66. It's only the 5th inning. So he's doing all right with that aspect because the Phillies are still 1 for 8 with runners in scoring position today. That sucks, people. That's 1 for their last 15.
Who came through? Luis Ariz?
It was Luis Ariz with a double down the right field line. Other than that, Wheeler looks pretty good. I don't have any problems with what's going on with him. I'm going to keep an eye on this. 85 pitches last night or 89?
89.
89
Sanchez.
pitches for Sanchez last night. This is a day game. Wheeler does look like he's not laboring, but he looks like it's hot. Like he looks like he's got a shine on him. He's like turning a little bit reddish, which normally would mean it's a little warm out, which it is. It's I have the temperature right here.
It's over 100 field, I
No,
think.
well, feel, yes. It's 92 degrees in St. Louis right now. So, good day for baseball. It is a summer sport last time I checked.
It is a summer sport. All right, so we'll keep you updated on the Phillies game, but it's time for another What Movie Wednesday. So if you're just joining us.
Oh, Bomer.
Oh, did Bohm miss another one? Hold on.
It was a chopper to first, and he just looked like he overran it or just didn't get to it.
Well, at least you kept him in the lineup.
Wasn't hit hard.
At least you still got Bohm in the lineup. Make sure
That
Bohm
probably
stays
sucked.
in the lineup so that you risk Harper in right field. Got to have Alec Bohm. Let me watch this replay here. Hold on. So Alec Bohm, there's a chopper to first, and it goes. Oh, he's got to make that play, Ricky. He's got to make that play.
I mean, his size, you would think that's 2 steps and make the play.
Frustrating. All right. What Movie Wednesday? If you're just joining us, we're giving away 4 packs of tickets to the Adventure Aquarium. We're doing Kevin Costner movies in honor of the Field of Dreams game tomorrow.
Good job by you.
Said it right that time. I had to really emphasize the T. Costner movies.
That is his name.
Yeah. I want to say Kevin Costner.
I know you
why.
do.
Costner. So the way we play it's simple. We'll play a clip of a movie. If you know it, text it to the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. You get it right, you qualify. We'll announce the winners at the end of the show. Here we go.
But I'm not here in my capacity as your father. I'm indifferent to whether your father lives or dies. I'm a very expensive therapist, and I'm here to give you 1 free session.
You think what I need right now is a therapist?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a tough one. Admittedly, this is a tough one. Excellent movie, though. And I'm going to give a little hint. The movie has a connection to a former Philadelphia Eagle.
Never heard of this movie before today.
Connection to a former Philadelphia Eagle. I'll give you the answer on the other side. We also got We Hear Your best voice messages of the show so far, so don't go anywhere. Unfiltered. 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, we just had your second What Movie Wednesday of the day. The answer for this one, this was a tough one. I said there was a connection to a former Eagle. It was Molly's Game. And the former Eagle that was connected to this was Jeremy Bloom. The movie is actually about his sister, Molly Bloom, who ran an illegal poker game, high-stakes poker game, through New York. It's a true story. Phenomenal movie.
When did it come out? I've honestly never heard of it.
Maybe like a decade ago. Maybe a little longer. So check it out. But if you got it right, you qualify for the prize. We'll give you our winners at the end of the show. Bottalicast continues, where you get live reaction from Ricky Bowe on the Phillies. Ricky, what's going on, man?
The wheels on the bus are falling off is what's going on. The Phillies are now down 5-1. We left in our last segment. It was a 1-1 game, right? It was a 1-1 game. Bohm didn't come up with the bouncer near first base. All of a sudden, Wheeler's just lost his command. He has lost his command, and it's been Herrera single, a Burleson double to center field that scored 2, and then a Walker double to left. And the Cardinals now have a 5-1 stinking lead on the Phillies. This is getting concerning now. I know we were concerned, but this is a Cardinals team that was under 500 at home. They're 31-34 at home. They have a chance to take 2 out of 3 from the Phillies at home.
I'm down on the Phillies.
Vic might have been right, and that was a long time ago that Vic came out and said that. This has been an ugly inning, and I think the defensive problems are haunting the Phillies right now.
Yeah, if Alec Bohm makes that play at first, now he's not getting an error for that.
It's not an easy play, but it's a play that has to be made. Or at least you have to knock it down.
You think Harper makes the play? If he's at first?
I don't know, but Stott would have been at second during that, so he probably would have made that play.
Arise has been good at second, though.
Well, Stott covers a lot more ground.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, things are starting to swell right now, and it's not in a good way.
And our YouTube chat right now, Dunes just puts the best response up. It's you have to win your Sanchez and Wheeler starts. Sanchez doesn't give up a run yesterday. You lose. Wheeler's starting the game today. I know he's falling apart a little bit now late, but you got to win those games. You can't afford to do what you're doing offensively either.
Yeah, it's these are games you have to win, period. You know what? This kind of all started, take this for what it's worth, with the crabbing about the bull. They don't have enough bullpen guys. It's almost like, I don't know. Did that not give you a sour taste, like, about the Phillies once they started crabbing about the bullpen guys? And it's kind of carrying over now. I don't know. I don't like the way they look right now. I'm absolutely shocked that we are in August, middle of August, and we're talking about if they make the playoffs, not when.
As of right now, they're not in, man, which is crazy.
Well, they're in, but they're barely in.
Well, if they lose today, and the Padres, do the Padres play tonight? Let's see.
Yes.
Padres play what time tonight? Are they a late game again?
What the hell?
Padres do not play.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah,
by
they
the
do.
way.
They play the Brewers.
5, 9, hold on. 17, 21, 27, 30, 31, 34 pitches in that inning.
For Wheeler. So is he done now?
5, I would think so. 8, 14, 18, 26, 30, 35 pitches. 35 pitches.
So if Wheeler's out, now you got to go to your bullpen for the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
So now you're going to, well, maybe not the 9th, but 6, 7, 8 for sure.
Oh, yeah, not the 9th because they're not coming back.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know that. The game's not over, but it's just one of those things where this is disturbing. It's disturbing. And we kept saying, oh, well, look at their schedule. They could make things right here. They could make things right here. Well, it's the Cardinals. It was a bad Blue Jays team, right? Now you got the Twins coming up. Man alive. That's all I could say. This is not good news for the Phillies. If they come off of this road trip with a losing record, that's not gonna be good news for them. I know that factually. This is a team that they better find themselves like today.
All right, well, we'll keep giving you live updates throughout the show from our man Ricky Bottalico for the Bottalicast.
5-1, top 6, nobody out Bryce Harper at the plate.
Yeah, we'll keep bringing you updates. All right, so we had our What Movie Wednesday. I told you it was Molly's Game. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's a true story. Molly Bloom. Remember Jeremy Bloom, the skier who tried out for the Eagles?
Yeah.
It's his sister ran an illegal poker game that got pretty high stakes. So it's the story of her. Excellent movie. Kevin Costner's the father in that movie. All right, so if you got it right, you qualify for the tickets. We'll get them at the end of the show.
Before we switch up, you know what really gets my goat? This is why I hate relievers nowadays. This guy comes in as a lefty against Bryce Harper. You have a 4-run lead, and you don't throw a ball near the plate.
He walked him.
I send him down. Like, literally, if he came into the clubhouse, I'd tell him to just pack his crap and keep walking. 4 straight pitches, not even. And when I tell you they weren't close, he wasn't within 8 inches of the plate.
It's so easy. You can do it.
5 in a row. Watch, he's going to walk another lefty.
Yeah, so keep us updated on that.
Yeah. All right, this is how the Phillies get back into games because guys can't pitch out of the bullpen. Especially the lefties are a joke.
Who was the reliever who the other night really struggled with command, and then he did again last night from the Cardinals? Who am I talking about?
Look at 6 straight balls. I would be. Can you imagine being the manager on that team right now?
It wouldn't be fun. All right, hold on, but we got to get to We Hear You here. Ricky is on a roll for Bottalicast. We'll continue to get that going, but let's get to some of the best voice messages of the show in here. A little thing we call We Hear You. We do it twice a show, every show. Hit it, Matt.
Now.
It is tough, but we in Philly, we're used to that. Thank you.
The Eagles' offense was so frustrating last year that people lost their jobs.
Hey, Colarulo, I respect you and all, but that is the stupidest question I ever heard.
Phillies need to wake up. This Phillies pig pen is a disgrace.
You know you're short. Let's see it, Bill. Get that tape measure.
He sucks playing first base, and he kind of sucks as a hitter.
We hear you.
That's right. We hear you twice a show, every show. Always brought to you by Rycor Heating and Cooling. If your home's running hot and cold, upgrade to a high-efficiency heat pump system to start saving every month. You can schedule your free consultation at RycorHVAC.com or give them a call, 1-855-MY-RYCOR to upgrade today. Rycor, we know how. What do we got?
Todd from Virginia. I agree with you 100% that Bohm needs to go to the bench and make those moves before Harper gets an injury he can't come back from for the rest of the season. Great show. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's frustrating because it's not like Bohm is doing anything where you are willing to make that sacrifice, where you're willing to say, all right, Harper, we got to risk injury, man, because Alec Bohm's got to stay in this lineup. It's frustrating. Ricky, bro, do you agree at this point? I know you said they're not going to do it, but do you want to see him do it?
Oh, Philly's just hitting double play. I'm sorry. What was your question?
I don't know if Bottalicast is going to work.
I just
he's too angry.
I mean, it's so baffling.
He's too frustrated.
It wasn't a double play.
I actually just saw something else that we were talking about the Field of Dreams game. It's supposed to rain there tomorrow night.
They're going to change the name to the Field of Nightmares.
Maybe.
How about that? All right, let's get another one in.
If it's one thing I want for this team this season, it is consistency and to grow with consistency with the new offensive coordinator. If it's one thing that all of us Eagles fans know is that we've had a new face in that position each and every year, and Jalen Hurts also needs stability. I'm tired of the Jalen Hurts slander. I'm tired of defending this man. He doesn't deserve it. He's proved to us what he can do. He's proved to us he's enough, and I'm just looking for consistency and having a better offense, especially based off of last year. Go Birds!
That makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. But let's face it. You bring in Sean Mannion right now. If he gets the job done, if he gets his job done and that offense looks super, where is he next year? Probably a head coach somewhere.
I know.
You see what I mean? It's one of those things where, yeah, you want to see some consistency for Jalen Hurts. You almost kind of feel for him a little bit, don't you? I mean, it's a constant different ear or a different voice in your ear every single year. Can't be simple. That would be like me having 9 different pitching coaches every year. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Or Unfiltered having like a different producer every day.
Kind of like we've been doing for the last month.
I know.
Well, we got 2 of them in there right now.
We got 2 today. We have 3, actually. Matt's daughter's too.
Yeah.
She's helping produce in there. Not Addison. Addison's not Matt's daughter. But, yeah, I mean, here's the thing, and I already hear it from fans. If they have a good season offensively, don't let Sean Mannion leave. Fire Sirianni and make Mannion the head coach.
Yeah, it's very strange, isn't it?
That's where I draw the line. Good coordinators don't always translate to good head coaches. Different skill sets. All right, let's get another one in.
Go Sixers and go Eagles, because the baseball team is not winning a damn thing, and I want them to not make the playoffs. So Dave Dombrowski is fired. Okay.
Okay.
We have a good club.
Listen, I can't root against the
We have a good club. We have a good club. Look at we have Ada Miller. We have Otto Kemp. We have Gabriel Rincones. Dave. Oh, and we're not running it back because look at what we did to the bullpen.
I'm telling you right now.
That was his exact statement.
If this team falls short, John Middleton, do not let the silver-haired fox Dave Dombrowski convince you that this was because of Don Mattingly. This is because of the architect of the team. All right, you had to fire Rob Thompson. Now everyone's going to blame Don Mattingly. It's the guy who built the team. And when I come after Dombrowski, I have people who come after me. It's not his fault, it's the players. Who's the one who put the players here? Who's the one who built this damn team? Dombrowski better not get a damn extension if this team falls short. We should revolt. Anyway, all right, that's We Hear You. We'll do it again at 5:25. We do it twice a show, every show. All right, very quickly, let's just check in on the Twitter poll. We got Tim McManus of ESPN joining us next on the Eagles. We asked a simple question on the Twitter poll today. What is going to determine this team's success? Is it going to be the new offense, or will it be the Vic Fangio defense? Twitter poll always standing strong, thanks to Dr. Avi Donapel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. What we got, Addison?
What will determine how successful the Eagles are this season? You've got 85% with the new offense, 15% for the defense.
Well, if it's going to be the new offense, let's hear how it looks. We'll have Tim McManus from ESPN. He's been down there every day at training camp. He's joining us next right here, Unfiltered, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phillies cutting things close. I'm Addison Somberg with this Fanatic Sports Update. Phillies lost last night 2-0 against the Cardinals, and before the game tonight, Don Mattingly commented about not wasting any time now.
It's been a sprint. Once you get past the break, it's kind of a sprint. You need to win every day because we control our own destiny as far as we can win out from here as possible. So you do that kind of thing, and it doesn't matter what anybody else is doing.
Currently, Game 3 in St. Louis. It's bottom of the sixth, and the Cardinals lead at 5-1. We'll keep you updated as the game goes on as the Phillies look to win the series tonight. But many questions surround the return time of Jonathan Grenard and his pec strain, and defensive coordinator Vic Fangio commented on that timetable, saying we won't see him for a couple of weeks at least. The countdown begins for Eagles' first preseason game this upcoming Saturday against the Baltimore Ravens, and we will also have ESPN Eagles reporter Tim McManus to break down all things Eagles training camp at 4 p.m. The Union are back at it tomorrow for a Leagues Cup game against Santos Laguna. Kickoff at 7 p.m. This update was brought to you by Audible. Audible makes traffic less of an annoyance and more of an opportunity for another chapter. Audible, stories that speak to you. New members can start listening with a 30-day free trial at audible.com. This update was brought to you, and Audible is what it was brought to you by. I'm Addison Somberg on your home of the Sixers Flyers Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and The Fanatic app.
on Unfiltered. It is a What Movie Wednesday. You'll have another chance this hour. We're doing a Bottalicast where Ricky Bo's reacting live to the dreadful Philadelphia Phillies, who are losing 5-1 to the lowly St. Louis Cardinals. But we'll get back to that a little bit later, because maybe our man Tim McManus of ESPN can lift our spirits, because he's been down at training camp every single day covering the Eagles. He's going to join us every week from now until Super Bowl Sunday. Tim A., what's going on, my brother?
What's going on? You know, it's been cathartic watching these Phillies postgame shows and seeing Ricky Bo just lay in, you know, and express what the people are feeling out there. So I appreciate you, Ricky Bo.
Timmy, it has been – this is ugly. I mean, this could be one of the worst possible things in the history of sports in Philadelphia if this team didn't make the playoffs.
I don't even know if you're over-exaggerating.
I'm not. I'm not really trying to.
Yeah, people are going to be very upset. So maybe Tim.
Anyways, let's talk football, Timmy.
Timmy's going to bring our moods up. Now, Tim, I saw you doing a video from the parking lot down at the practice facility yesterday talking about something a lot of people are talking about, that Jalen Hurts looks faster this year. What's going on?
Yeah, he does. I mean, you just look at him, he looks leaner. And when he takes off, and he's been taking off a decent amount. Sean Mannion's been dialing up like a healthy amount of designed QB runs. And you see that he's got a little bit extra relative to last year. Vic Fangio picked up on it. He said during his press conference that Hurts looks faster. And then Jalen Carter was talking about him after practice yesterday. And he's like, I feel like I'm in a movie where I'm slow and I just can't quite catch up to Hurts as he's on the move. So we know that he had a down year last year in terms of running the ball. It was a career low in carries and rushing yards and rushing touchdowns. Some of that was because, from my understanding, the franchise wanted to try to preserve his long-term health, so they weren't dialing up quite as many. There's some other reporting out there that maybe Hurts didn't want to run as much, but it seems very clear this year that he is in great shape to do it. He looks lean. He looks ready to rock, and I think that they're going to feature him more on the ground this season.
That's really good news. I want to ask you a question about the offensive line. Number one, are they healthy? Number two, how are they adapting to this new system?
So number one, the health is much better than last year at this point in time, where you had Cam Jurgens coming off of the back, and you had Landon Dickerson with the scope and the meniscus surgery a month before the season started. He acknowledged this past week that he probably shouldn't have been out there. And I really, the more that I think about that one, guys, like, that one feels like total mismanagement by the Eagles. You get a guy back on the field in 2 weeks after he had meniscus tear, and he wasn't right all year. And it got to a point where he was contemplating, he said he wasn't, but there's reporting out there that said that he was contemplating retirement during the season. And really there was a trickle-down effect where the entire offensive line wasn't right last year. So, you know, that one needs to be looked at more critically for me. But Jurgens looks a lot better, I would say, this offseason. Dickerson is healthier, but there's also moments where he's either getting rest days or snaps, and then there's a couple times where you're holding your breath on the sidelines because maybe he's engaged, he lifts up his foot real quick, like something's wrong, or he has to exit for a moment. Like, I still have concerns about Dickerson and his health and holding up for the course of 17-plus games this season. As far as the way that they're taking to the scheme, I would say that all of the reaction so far has been positive. They definitely enjoy the fact that there's less, the way Jurgens put it, playing chess when they get to the line of scrimmage, where they just basically have an assignment, they have a destination, and they go as soon as the ball is snapped, as opposed to having to figure out, all right, how the guy's lining up, pre-snap, what are they doing post-snap, and everybody reacting off of that. So it seems easier for them, and they seem to like where it could take them, this new scheme.
I do have to ask you, this kind of goes along with it. The way I look at the Eagles offense, I look at the offensive line first, and I say, as these guys go, this offense goes. Is that still true to this day?
100%. I mean, we can have conversation about Jalen Hurts until we're blue in the face, but, you know, if the offensive line looks like it did last year, it's all moot. I mean, this is an offense, and this is a team built on the fronts. If they don't have, you know, that superior offensive line play and a running game, you know, that takes off behind it, you know, then this can be sort of tough sledding for them. As much as the new scheme under Sean Mannion seems to be opening up some things in the passing game, and, you know, Hurts looks good and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I do believe, just like you, that as the offensive line goes, so goes this team.
We're talking to Tim McManus of ESPN. Now, Timmy, you said you do have some concerns about Landon Dickerson being able to stay healthy for all 17 games. If he can't play, what's the backup plan, and do you feel comfortable with it?
Yeah, so I feel like the offensive backups have been looking pretty good overall. I wouldn't say, Bill, that it's to the level that they've had necessarily in the past. But you are starting to see some depth build up. Like, there's one guy that's been really taking off, and that is Willie Lampkin. The fact that he has been able to sort of rise up to the fact of, all right, he's going to make the team. They're using him at center. They're using him at left guard in some spots. That's encouraging. The primary backup is going to be Drew Kendall. And I do like what I've seen out of Kendall. He'll be the first guy in if Dickerson can't go. But there's obviously going to be a difference between, all right, Dickerson, who's been a Pro Bowl, all-pro level type of player over the past couple years, with the exception of last year, and dipping into your backups. But it does seem like some depth is starting to form behind this offensive five.
All right, I'm going to kind of skip over to the defense. Jonathan Grenard looks like at least a couple more weeks of being out. What's the answer there at defensive end?
Well, Jalix Hunt, number one. Jalix Hunt looks awesome. And I try not to get too carried away because, of course, they're not tackling to the ground, and it's training camp and those sorts of things. But you're talking about the sacks leader from last year, the interceptions leader from last year. And physically, he has really filled out to where you look at him, you're like, you know what, that kind of looks like a star defensive end / outside linebacker. I think that he's going to take the leap there. Nolan Smith has not popped quite as much. So, are you going to be able to get production out of him like you would? I'm not totally sold. I'm not totally sold from him, but there have been some backup guys like Getty, AJ Epinesa, that have been showing some bursts throughout training camp. Bottom line is I think that Hunt carries it, and then they just hope that Jonathan Grenard comes back and jumps into the mix, whether that's week 1, week 3, whatever it may be. They feel pretty confident that he'll get past this pec strain before too long and be the player that they are hoping that he'll be.
What about Nolan Smith? Because this is an important year for him. They exercised his fifth-year option, but he didn't get the big contract like Jalen Carter did, although he was eligible. What do you think Nolan Smith's going to give us this year?
I just haven't seen a ton yet, Bill. And so my expectations aren't like sky high at the moment for Smith. We've seen when he is at his best, like the Super Bowl year, that he can come in and he can give you some huge snaps and some big plays. You do worry about at his size and his play style. So he's a little bit of a smaller frame, and he plays at 100 miles an hour and has so many violent collisions that you kind of wonder, like, does that hold up over time? And, of course, he's been dealing with the triceps injuries that have held him back. He's had previous shoulder injuries and things like that, and you wonder whether that is going to catch up to him in the long run.
All right, when you look at this team right now, obviously there have been a couple injuries, especially at the wide receiver position. There have been some guys in Cooper and Dontavian Wicks that have flashed. What number one, what's your take on the two injured guys? And number two, what's your take on the rest of the guys in the depth in the receiver room?
Yeah, so I think Smith's fine. We saw him off to the side field yesterday where he was starting to ramp up a little bit and starting to run a little bit more. I feel like the sense I get there is that that's more like precautionary. They know how valuable he is. They don't want to further that hamstring strain, so they're just sort of keeping him good until, it's meaningful snaps. But Lemon isn't quite at that level. He's not out there running. We did see him walk over to the jugs machine yesterday, and he's doing some of that stuff, but he's just been a bystander otherwise. And then there's the matter of, okay, well, once he does, he hasn't really had any meaningful snaps with Hurts in this offense yet, so it's probably going to take some time until he's up to speed would be my read on it. And then you have had guys that have jumped in. Darius Cooper has made the most that he could possibly make out of the reps that he's gotten this summer. The dude's got really strong hands. He has an ability to separate, and he has absolutely looked the part, whether he's running with the first or the second team, that he can get open against whoever and make some plays, including like the tough ones over the middle where you have to brace for the hit. You have to still pull it down with strong hands. He's been able to do it. And the other guy I would point out is Elijah Moore. I mean, I feel like Hurts has had some good chemistry with him, including one yesterday where Moore got deep against Andre Sam and came in with like a 45-yard touchdown, and he celebrates by punting the ball out of the stadium and was all pumped up there. So the way that Hurts is looking at it is this is sort of really valuable time to get chemistry work with some of these backups that he thinks will help in the long run. But obviously you want some of your primary guys back as soon as possible.
Talking to Timmy Mack, ESPN. He joins us every single week. I saw the Eagles put out an unofficial depth chart, and I went right to the safety position. And it's interesting. They got Michael Carter and Marcus Epps kind of both in there backing up Cooper DeJean, but we know the team doesn't run base often. So when they go to nickel, who do you see starting at that other safety next to Andrew Makuba?
I would say Epps is the favorite right now, but to that depth chart, we do see that Carter works in with the first team, and he'll spell Epps. So it seems like the steady presence is Drew Makuba. When it's in base, it would be Makuba and Cooper DeJean. And then when they go to sub packages, it's going to be Makuba and probably Epps with a little bit of Michael Carter working in there as well. And he's also been featured in the slot. So that seems to be the way it's shaking out. The safeties overall, I feel like had a pretty strong camp. The last couple days, maybe a little bit of a fade from that group overall. But for the most part, the safeties have sort of quieted the talk about, oh, man, how he needs to get somebody in here, Maybe that still happens, but it feels like there's less pressure to do so because of their performance so far this summer.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Are you surprised, though, that they basically have handed Drew Makuba the starting job? Doesn't seem like there's much competition for him.
I mean, the way that he's played, not really. Of course, this is different than once you get into real games, but based on what we have seen in the summer anyway, that I feel like he's been very capable. He hasn't gotten burned a lot. We really just haven't seen him out of position. And he's shown to be a playmaker. So, no, I think they feel pretty good about that. You just hope he stays healthy. He's not the biggest guy. But other than that, I think that he deserves that spot.
Well, we do have a game this weekend, Tim.
Yes.
Well, let's get your thoughts on them going up against the Ravens and what you want to see.
Yeah, well, first of all, I don't expect to see many starters, even though there's a new offensive system. It's not really how the Eagles operate. They want to get everybody to the starting line, so I certainly understand that. Not expecting to see many of those guys. Maybe we were just talking about safeties. Maybe we do see an Epps or a Michael Carter to kind of, further out that competition. But there are some guys that I have my eye on that are good. It's going to be really interesting to see how they do, because we haven't seen much, as an example, Ricky, out of Eli Stowers, second-round pick, tight end. A lot of expectation that came with him. Is he going to jump in right away? Is he going to be a mismatch nightmare for safeties and linebackers? And honestly, very quiet during training camp. He started to come on a little bit the last couple days, making some plays, but overall, it's been kind of a disappointment. And, it's hard to see his path because he isn't a blocking tight end right now. And you have Johnny Munt, who's kind of filling that role. And if you have two tight ends, one of them's Goddard, one of them's Munt, like where does the non-blocking tight end fit into all that? So you need to see some positive reps starting to happen for a guy like Stowers. I would also say it's pretty fascinating. The quarterback competition of Andy Dalton and Tanner McKee is still unsettled. They've been splitting second-team reps, all the way to this point. And I wouldn't say there's been a clear standout between the two of them. It seems like it's pretty even. Dalton started out better, more experience in this system. But Tanner McKee of late has started to come on. So I'm going to be watching those guys along with, Cole Payton, the draft pick quarterback, lefty. Some people saying, he's got some Steve Young vibes. So obviously slow down on all that. But he does have a penchant to toss it over the middle. He's got a gunslinger mentality. I think he's going to entertain some people in this game against the Ravens, where he's just not afraid to sling that thing, man. So watching the quarterbacks will provide some entertainment.
Oh, great, Tim. I can already predict it now next week. Cole Payton should be the starter on this team. He runs this offense effectively.
I'll tell you, it's either all the way good or bad so far with Cole Payton, man. Either it's between two defenders and it's like a perfect, he's got the arc, it just floats in there beautifully, or like it's triple coverage. It's like, what was he thinking? So, you'll get your money's worth out of watching that one.
All right, good stuff as always, my man. We will catch up with you next week. We appreciate the time.
All right, boys. There you go.
There he is, Tim McManus, ESPN. You know, and I said this before he came on, that there's people who say, oh, he's always negative towards Jalen Hurts. And I saw it in the YouTube chat. Like, oh, Tim's changing his tune now. Tim has been the most objective reporter on the Eagles that you could ask for. Like, he's not always going to give you the positive. He's not always going to give you the negative. He's going to tell you what he actually is seeing, and you may like it. You may not sometimes. Like, he's not always going to give you the most popular opinion. But that article that people keep citing about him writing about Jalen Hurts, I think it was in April, it was not that bad if you read the whole damn thing. So good stuff from Tim McManus. We'll have him on every single Thursday usually. We switch the days. Usually we get Jason Stark on Wednesday, Tim McManus on Thursday. But with the Field of Dreams game tomorrow, we're going to have Jason Stark on tomorrow. So we flip-flopped them this week. But we'll go back to our normal times next week. All right, Ricky Bo. Bottalicast, what's going on with the Phillies, man? I see you over there just like looking like you're going to break something.
Why am I shaking my head?
Yeah, what's going on?
Because there's a left-handed so-called reliever in the game who got a quick first out and then walked 2 straight. Can you guess that reliever?
Well, I see it, but I also would have been able to guess. Yes, Jose Alvarado, because you say it every time he comes on.
And he just gave up a run. Way to go! Woo! Woo!
Sir,
unbelievable.
Explain this to me.
He can't throw strikes. I don't understand. And when he does, they're not quality. That's a lefty on a lefty right there. That was Burleson. He's a decent hitter. I'll give Burleson that much. But you walk 2 guys, you put yourself in a little problem anyways, didn't you? What are you trying to ask me? Now I'm pissed.
Well, you've said this about Alvarado.
And everybody's crying about the bullpen usage. Well, he goes in there. Guess what? They got sugared up again.
Oh, my God. Well, Caleb Cotham just visited Alvarado. But you've said this about Alvarado, and you're right. He usually comes out, he gets a quick out, and then he falls apart.
That's exactly what he did. He got a quick out, then walked the next 2 guys. And then what does that do? It puts you into a situation where you have to start zoning in on home plate.
He's down on the Phillies.
He's not the same guy he was before he got caught for the whatever it was, the suspension, whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever he was taking. All right, well, look, Bottalicast will continue. We will react to what is going on with this Phillies team for sure. We also got another What Movie Wednesday coming up right after this. Keep it here. We got you till 6 o'clock, Unfiltered, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phillies cutting things close. I'm Addison Somberg with this Fanatic Sports Update. Phillies lost last night 2-0 against the Cardinals. It's currently Game 3 of the series in St. Louis, bottom of the 7th, and the Cardinals lead it 6-1. We will keep you updated as the game goes on as the Phillies look to win the series tonight. But many questions surround the return time of Jonathan Grenard and his pec strain. But we did just speak with ESPN reporter Tim McManus with who would fill that spot if Grenard is still not cleared.
Jalix Hunt looks awesome. Talking about the sacks leader from last year, the interceptions leader from last year. Physically, he has really filled out. I think that he's going to take the leap there.
You can listen to that full interview on 975thefanatic.com or the Fanatic app. But the countdown continues for Eagles' first preseason game this upcoming Saturday against the Baltimore Ravens. And the Union are back at it tomorrow for a Leagues Cup game against Santos Laguna. Kickoff at 7 p.m. This update was brought to you by the McComb Group. Visit McCombGroup.com. The McComb Group supports contractors one of the largest PVF inventories, from pipe, valve, and fittings to trusted brands. Count on the McComb Group to help you stay on schedule. Visit McCombGroup.com today. I'm Addison Somberg on your home of the Sixers Flyers Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
reacting to the Phillies game, the Bottalicast, we're calling it. It's now 7-1 in the bottom of the seventh, and they are losing to the St. Louis Cardinals. Ricky, what the hell did Jose Alvarado do this inning?
This is, we know his location is terrible. He can't throw pitches over the plate. He came into the game in a 5-1 game. You're thinking to yourself, all right, good spot for him. What could go wrong? Quick out, walk, base hit, walk, chase Sugar, sack fly. So now Alvarado is basically given up 2 runs, and it was a pretty nice play by Harper and Wright
to cut it off.
Dude,
could have been worse.
I'm beside myself right now. I don't know what you would do with Alvarado.
What can you do?
I don't know what to do.
You have no other options.
Yeah, you've kind of put yourself into a terrible-looking boat right now, haven't you?
This is,
his
is
ERA,
not pretty right
his
now.
ERA is a 6.14.
And you no longer have the ability of saying, well, there's a lot of season left. Like, this team is dropping quick. If they lose this game, which it looks like they will, they'll be 10-15 since the All-Star break. They will go down a game to the Padres. If the Padres win tonight, they got a tough one against Milwaukee. But they are right now not in a playoff position.
Lucky, yeah, they will be because Arizona is losing right now. Although that's only in the 3rd inning.
So you're saying that they would catch Arizona?
Let me put it to you this way: when this game ends, which it's going to end earlier than all those other games, when this Phillies game ends, they will not be in the playoffs.
And if Arizona loses, they're still ahead of you. They still got the tiebreaker for whatever reason.
Arizona does, but San Diego's also just started their game. They are playing well. That team sucked earlier in the season.
Won 4 in a row, man.
Yep.
And they bought at the deadline. So right now, the Phillies, it doesn't look like there's any shot that they would catch the Cubs for the first wild card. It's going to be between Arizona, San Diego, the Phillies. And as bad as the Marlins are, you can't rule them out. They're only 2.5 back.
This is unbelievable.
So
you have single-handedly let teams in yourself.
Talking about the Phillies?
Yes.
Yeah, if they would have taken care of business, they'd be sitting pretty right now.
But the Cardinals are going to be 2.5 behind the Phillies after today.
Oh, my God. I didn't even realize that. You're right. The Cardinals are making a late push now.
Look at it this way. Thank goodness the Phillies won that first game of the series, where that could have gone either way that game.
And they almost blew it. Remember, because they had to keep Rangel in there, even though he was struggling because they had no other options.
This is getting crazy. This is just getting wild.
But once again, I keep bringing it back here every time we watch this frustrating team. How the hell is Dombrowski's job so safe? Why do we continuously hear that Dombrowski essentially has a lifetime contract? He's the one that built this team. He's the one that built this bullpen. He's the reason that this team is struggling because he sold us on the idea of how much better they were going to be, how good the club was, how close they were last year. And now look at what we're dealing with. Ricky, they're going to miss the playoffs, man.
You keep saying that. I'm not buying it.
Dude, I did not start to believe that they would miss the playoffs until this week.
The way I look at it, have some heart, have some guts, and show them.
I don't know, man. I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, you're getting crushed right now. 7-1 in front of no fans. The St. Louis fans don't even care about their baseball team. That's how bad they are.
I would love to know what they say about their paid attendance today.
Oh, my God. Dude, it looks like there's 1,000 people in
if you're lucky.
Well, at least we got the Field of Dreams game tomorrow. Everyone's probably all fired up for that.
That looks like it might be a wash.
You supposed to rain in Iowa tomorrow?
It is.
So what would it get pushed to Friday? Because Friday's an off day, right?
Yeah, I believe they put that Friday off day in there on purpose.
You remember in Bull Durham when they say they need a rain out? That might not be a bad thing for this damn team to get the rain out tomorrow.
In Dyersville, Iowa?
Relax in Iowa. Put them in the cornfield.
They'll be in St. Louis.
Until when? When do they fly out?
Probably tomorrow morning sometime, 10 or 11 o'clock. But if it's going to be storming there, yeah, I guess you have to go. But where do you stay? That's, wow.
Because they're in the middle
Jameson
of nowhere.
Hall, man. He's the traveling secretary for the Phillies. He's got his work cut out for him right now.
Jeez, man. All right, so we'll continue to react to what's going on with the Phillies.
In the 8th.
Tomorrow if the game does go forward, Cole Weintraub from NBC Sports Philadelphia, he's going to be there. He's going to zoom in with us at 3:30 to show us a live look at the field because it is cool. I mean, the Phillies might be frustrating, but it's a pretty cool ballpark that they've built down there. So he'll Zoom with us at 3:30. We'll have Jason Stark at some point tomorrow as well to try to figure out what is going on with this Phillies team. We'll keep reacting to what's going on, but I wanted to play this clip for you. Well, quick little detour, Ricky Bo. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning.
TB12.
Two of the best quarterbacks in the history of the National Football League. But both of them couldn't be more different when it comes to their diet. Brady was on Shaq's podcast, right? And he's going to tell a story about how he went to train with Peyton down at Peyton's house in Tennessee. Listen to this from Brady.
This was like 2010, okay? And I was like, listen, I've been in the league 10 years. I called Peyton. It was off season. I was like, listen, let's me and you get together. I've learned from all the other quarterback coaches. Why don't me and you sit down and talk football for 3 days? He's like, let's do it. Come to my place in Tennessee. I fly down to Tennessee. Peyton and I spent like all the time. We work out together. We play golf together. We ride jet skis together at his house. And we, of course, we're eating meals. So he sits down for breakfast and I'm like, hey, so-and-so, Mr. Brady, they come into this old cabin. Mr. Brady, what do you want to eat? And I'm like, I'll take, oatmeal and, two scrambled eggs. And that's it. And they're like, Peyton, what do you want? He's like, I want biscuits, gravy, 3 pancakes, six bacons. I want 3 sausages. And I'm like, you eat all that? And I was like the Southern boy with all the good helping for the comfort food. Man, I was like a totally different. I didn't even know
was there any part of you that wanted to try that in your 3 days with him?
No, that's the thing. I don't have to. I'm like, nah, I don't want him the way I feel after that.
Oh, he would be sleeping the whole afternoon.
I would be sleeping.
All right, so they couldn't be more different. I mean, Peyton Manning, I don't think he ever got mistaken for being like Mr. Olympia.
He wasn't exactly the fastest quarterback you've ever seen.
No, and they didn't look like he was in the best of shape either. Peyton Manning.
No, he had some pasta belly.
But, man, he could sling it, couldn't he?
Huge head, too. Huge noggin on that dude.
Big forehead.
Big forehead.
And his is naturally big. Like, my forehead has gotten bigger as I've started to lose more hair. Peyton was just born with the big forehead. Just a monster forehead.
They call it a 5 head.
Yeah, he does have a 5 head. But also a big brain in there, too, for Peyton Manning with how smart he was on the football field. All right, let me ask you, though, Ricky Bo. So you heard Tom Brady said he's getting oatmeal and eggs, and then Peyton Manning wants biscuits and gravy, 5 sausages, bacon, eggs, the whole 9 yards. What's Ricky Bottalico's breakfast of choice? What do you eat when you wake up?
Nothing lately.
You don't eat breakfast? It's the most important meal of the day, man.
I can't remember the last time I had breakfast. I just have not had breakfast.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Normally I do like an omelet. That's it.
Wait, you're telling me you didn't eat breakfast this morning?
No.
And you haven't eaten breakfast in God knows how long, you said. You don't remember?
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Dude, breakfast is my favorite meal of the day.
I usually like it, too. I just haven't done it.
All right, so if you throwing caution to the wind, you got nothing to do, you want to go get a breakfast, what are you doing?
I'm going like 3 eggs over medium. I'm going wheat toast. Sausage.
You're a sausage guy.
And bacon.
And bacon.
I would do the double meat. Double meat in there.
See, I'm a bacon guy.
Load me up with meat.
I'm a bacon guy. Now, you like pancakes?
A lot of protein.
You a pancake guy?
I do like pancakes. I guess I had breakfast at the ballpark on Sunday. But that was like lunch.
Oh, what, in the press box?
Yeah.
They got nice food at the Phillies games.
I'm trying to think of what they had. What did I have?
The Phillies press box.
I just had scrambled eggs and whatever. And I always get like a fruit thing.
You like a breakfast buffet?
Oh, I love a good breakfast.
You ever been to
buffet.
Shady Maple?
No, where's that?
No, but dude, it's out near me. It's like the biggest smorgasbord in like the country or something.
Love a good smorgasbord.
I used to have an obsession for like hash browns. McDonald's hash browns.
Oh yeah, hash browns are
like
good.
I used to have an obsession for them. Like I would get like 5 hash browns and have 1 sandwich.
So if anyone was wondering why you used to be a lot bigger, we just got the answer.
You ever put a hash brown on a sizzly?
No, no, it doesn't taste the same. McDonald's has the best hash browns.
Yeah, McDonald's has good hash browns.
It's still good. You put the hash brown on the sizzly.
I used to tuck them right into my sausage, egg, and cheese. Put it in there, and then you get a big sandwich.
I am worried about you, though, that you're not eating breakfast in the morning. Now, are you doing the intermittent fasting? Is this an intentional thing, or you just wake up and don't eat?
Just don't eat.
Yeah, I couldn't do it, dude. I'm starving by the time I get here around 11:30. I got to eat my lunch.
I have like popcorn during the day.
Nah,
That's all I have all day until I eat dinner.
Can't do it. Can't do it. I usually do.
I guess that would be like intermittent fasting.
I couldn't do that either. If I don't eat every 3 hours, I lose my mind.
Really?
Yeah. If I don't eat every 3 hours, I start to get hangry.
Starting to show.
Starting to get hangry.
No, I didn't say your muscles are starting to show. It's starting to show in your.
You grab a kind, but there's in your like side table, you got like boxes of kind bars.
He just had a kind.
I just had my bar, dude. I
No,
have
I
to.
mean when you wake up.
No, my wife makes me always a delicious breakfast.
Well, every time he eats the kind bars, he has nuts in his mouth, and that does not go over very well.
You talk about
can't
Bill with
speak.
nuts in your mouth. You're like, Phil, you with meat. What the hell's going on?
I don't know, but
he can't speak with the nuts.
the funny thing
No,
is
he can't.
we're
He can't talk.
usually on TV, as everyone knows. We're on YouTube
no.
today, but we're usually on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Whenever I have my kind bar at 4 o'clock, it does. I start to choke, and then Rick will go, "Oh, do you have nuts in your mouth again?" And every time, Booney, our NBC Sports producer, he blurs that on the television. And it's like he's not saying anything wrong. The bar has nuts in it, and I'm eating a bar of nuts.
If you don't make it dirty, it's not dirty. It's just talking
The
about
almighty
kind-
Booney.
Booney usually weighing in. All right, enough about our breakfast. We got another What Movie Wednesday coming up right now. So if you've never played along, we'll play a clip of a movie. If you know it, you text it to the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. And if you get it right, you qualify. We got 4 prizes today, 4 packs of tickets to the Adventure Aquarium. And since there's the Field of Dreams game tomorrow, we're doing Kevin Costner movies, but we've eliminated all baseball movies. So no Field of Dreams, no Bull Durham, no For the Love of the Game. All right, we're going to play a clip. If you know it, text it. Here we go.
Nobody's perfect. Everybody has something, even the great ones, right? They said that Montana was too small, that he'd get hurt, he'd get banged up, but that didn't seem to matter, did it? A lot of people said that Elway was too strong, that he threw too hard. He didn't have touch, but that didn't seem to matter either, did it? And pretty much everyone agreed that Peyton didn't have the arm strength, that he couldn't throw deep, but somehow none of it seemed to matter. You get where I'm going here, guys?
Oh, text the name of the movie, 610-632-0975. Coming up, we'll give you the answer. And I want to talk about Lane Johnson. You and I spoke on Monday, Ricky Bo, about his Hall of Fame case. And would the PED suspensions prevent him from getting into the Hall of Fame? Adam Schefter was on with Andrew Salciunas this morning. He weighed in on that very question. We'll play that for you coming up next. Unfiltered and Bottalicast will certainly continue as the Phillies are getting crushed. Right here on 97.5, The Fanatic. All right, can we talk about value for a minute? Sixers just got LeBron James on a veteran minimum deal. All right? The Phillies tried to get better at the trade deadline without breaking the bank, but that's what good organizations are going to do. They're going to find ways to get more value for their money. And you should think the same way about your house. If you're running an older heating and cooling system, there's a really good chance you're wasting money and you're spending more than you need to every month. And that's where Rycor Heating and Cooling comes in, because they're helping homeowners across the greater Philadelphia area, South Jersey, and the entire Delaware Valley upgrade to a high-efficiency heat pump system. It's one system for heating and cooling. It's quiet, energy efficient, and it's built for year-round comfort. They'll help you find all the available rebates, tax credits. They'll even give you financing options to lower your upfront costs. Plus, with their free in-home consultation, they'll tell you what you need to know, and then they'll back it with a 12-year parts and labor warranty. That's the kind of move that saves you money today and every month down the road. So don't wait. Call 1-855-MY-RYCOR or visit RYCORHVAC.com. Rycor Heating and Cooling. We know how.
Starting Monday, August 17th, Brace and Dunn with Sean Brace and Ray Dunn. Weekdays 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax?
Wednesday of the day. Did you get that one, Ricky? That's just an easy one we just did.
That would be draft day.
Draft day would be?
Damn right, I got it.
Correct. Did you like that movie?
Far-fetched?
Yeah, a little far-fetched.
I mean, just weird plays off of that movie. Like the whole, I don't know, the mother, the father wanted his ashes done on the field. There was fighting all the time. He was an asshole. Whoop, just an ass. Oops. I got you.
Sorry, we're not on TV. We got you taken care of. Bo Callahan, why didn't any of his teammates come to his birthday party? All right, if you got it right.
Yeah, how weird was that?
Yeah, and then he goes with a linebacker in the first overall pick.
Yeah, I don't know about
Takes
that.
him and then starts maneuvering to get his picks back. All right.
I mean, see, the thing about that movie, did he just realize that he was wrong? Did he realize he was wrong, or did he realize, like...
What, for trading up to take... I don't know. I haven't seen it in quite some time. I probably got to watch it.
I did just watch it not too long ago, and I always thought, is he like conceding that he was wrong and has to rebuild the team? Or what is he doing?
It's a good point. I got to go back and watch it. But if you got it right, if you got draft day, you qualify. We'll announce the winners at the end of the show. 4 of you are getting a 4-pack of tickets to the Adventure Aquarium. We got one more chance coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, another Kevin Costner movie. All right. Before we get back to Bottalicast, because Ricky's about to blow a gasket over here about what's going on with the Phillies, a conversation you and I had on Monday was about Lane Johnson. So for those who might have missed it, Lane Johnson said this is probably his last season. And then you and I were discussing his Hall of Fame candidacy. And you look at the numbers, of course he should be in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the best right tackles to ever play the game. But you can't escape the fact that he was suspended twice for PEDs. And we were looking at some of the people in the Hall of Fame for Pro Football Hall of Fame saying, all right, how many of them have been suspended twice? Some of them have been suspended once for a PED, twice. And Lane Johnson himself even said a few years back, I don't belong in the Hall of Fame because of those PED suspensions. I think they'll put that aside. I think he's been that dominant that he'll get in.
You're thinking they'll put it aside, but do you really believe that deep in your heart that they'll just ignore it?
Not that they'll ignore it. But the last time he was suspended was 10 years ago. You could make the argument after the PED suspension, he's had a second Hall of Fame career. Like the last 10 years, even if you eliminate the 2 PED suspension and anything he did before 2016, he's had a Hall of Fame career since then. He's won 2 Super Bowls. He's been one of the best right tackles in the game, a multiple-time All-Pro. So Adam Schefter was on with Andrew Salciunas this morning. And they asked Chunis asked Schefter, I should say, the same exact question. Do you expect Lane to get into the Hall of Fame, even in light of the PED suspensions? Here was Shefty.
To me, I think he gets in eventually. Like, he's a 2-time Super Bowl champion. He's been a 2-time All-Pro. He's been a 6-time Pro Bowl offensive tackle. Those are pretty lofty accolades, and he's done it for a long period of time at a high level. Obviously, some of the voters, they'll bring up the PEDs, but to me, you can't deny that he's not a Hall of Fame player.
So I agree with Schefter. Here's what they'll probably do. Here's what I think, and here's what I hope. Even though he might be worthy of a first ballot Hall of Famer, they probably won't give him the first ballot. They're probably going to make him wait a little bit, and then eventually they'll soften up and he'll get in. That's what I think will happen. I don't think they keep him out of it entirely when he eventually
I think that's interesting, like on your part, in the sense where you just think it's whatever's going to happen. I don't know what that is.
What was that?
Sounded like a phone hanging up. Did it not?
Yeah, I didn't know what it was. It's just like popping in our ear. All right, I'm good.
I don't think it was me.
Go ahead.
All right, so, I'm curious as to if somebody is, on PEDs, why you would just ignore it. He's already said he shouldn't get in because of it.
So you think he's not getting in?
I don't, because of that.
Wow. You think they're going to hold him out?
Well, I mean, you're acting like the writers did something to him. I mean, I know players have been in. I don't know. But 2 of them, I think you start to wonder.
Yeah, the 2 is what's interesting.
The 2 is
second time.
I think if you did it once and kind of, you know what, it whittled its way out of you, and then all of a sudden everything was fine after, I think you would be like, all right, well, maybe I could deal with that. But getting pinched twice, That's a problem.
All right. Would this change your opinion? What if they win the Super Bowl this year? What if he gets a third Super Bowl ring as a starting right tackle?
Why should that have anything to do with I don't. This is a moral issue. It's not really anything else.
So you're saying no matter what, even if he wins a third Super Bowl, that they will keep him out because of what happened a decade ago?
You know what you're saying right now? What if Barry Bonds hit 15 home runs in one game, but it was like awesome when he did it?
What keeps happening here? Is that on me?
Mike. That's you. Yeah, it's you.
I'm not touching anything, though. Are you guys hearing it, or is it just me hearing it?
I hear it as well.
Yeah, it's
he
like,
said it happened earlier in the week to Salciunas, so we'll check it at the break.
It's like a pop, pop, pop.
You know what would be great? You know what would be great? If this mic breaks and we can get new microphones. Smaller microphones.
Or if it catches fire.
Yeah, I don't want to see that happen. It's a different analogy.
We'd only have to get you a little stepladder to get you down.
Hold on, but the Barry Bonds thing's a different analogy.
No, not really.
It is because he took him for so long.
But how do you know Lane didn't?
Lane's not on him right now. They would have tested positive in the last decade. When you've already been suspended twice, you don't think they're checking him for PEDs every year?
Well, guys that got caught and then they don't use them anymore, are they the same player? You don't know. You just don't know.
Do you think Bonds was a borderline Hall of Famer before he got caught?
Probably.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't have been in just on home runs. I mean, I think when people look at him now, they think about home runs. That's it. He was actually a pretty good player.
Yeah, he was 5'2" player. I mean,
he was, but he did him for so long, and it was so obvious.
I know what you're saying, but you're caught, aren't you? I know what you're trying to do, and I think Lane Johnson is a great, great offensive lineman. There's no doubt about that. But I guess you have to look at your moral issue first.
All right, so let's put it this way then, since you want to use the Barry Bonds analogy. What if Barry Bonds was found taking HGH or whatever it was, and then went off of it and had a decade of no PEDs, a decade.
I think there will always be a question of how he got around the system.
Maybe. All right, well, either way, and the Phillies game has come to an end.
Thank goodness.
At 5 o'clock, we're going to do a lot of Phillies reaction. I just want to get this in on Lane Johnson because no matter what happens with the Hall of Fame, Jalen Hurts was asked yesterday about Lane Johnson saying this is probably his last year, and I loved what Jalen Hurts had to say. Listen to this.
Lane's a special player. He's had a very special career. To get to know him and for him to immerse himself into, my career and me developing ever since I walked into Philly, working out together, the times we spent together, I take pride in those things. I want to make sure it's a special year for him. I know it takes great courage to say this is the last dance going into it. I hope he gets everything that he desires out of this year.
I want to make it a special year for him. If this ends with a damn Super Bowl, Ricky, you're insane. Lane Johnson, a third Super Bowl ring, he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, damn it. If Jalen Hurts has anything to do about it.
I'm not saying his play on the field, yes. His play on the field, yes. First ballot, yes. I agree with you there. But I just think there's going to be writers that say, sorry, I can't do it.
No, I don't disagree. There's probably going to be writers like that. All right, before we get to the Phillies, let's just check the Twitter poll real quick because we asked the masses on Twitter, what's more important to the Eagles' success this season? Is it the new offense or is it the Vic Fangio defense? Twitter poll always standing strong. Thanks to Dr. Avi Donapel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. What we got, Maddie?
What will determine how successful the Eagles season is? The new offense is holding strong at 85%. The defense is at 15%.
Oh. Yeah, I had a feeling it would be heavy offense. All right, speaking
of just because of the failure of last year?
Probably, because you had a top 5 defense and you still didn't do anything because your offense stunk. But speaking of stinking offenses, let's talk about the Phillies on the other side. We'll have another What Movie Wednesday for you, but we'll also react to the Phillies' 7-1 defeat in St. Louis and what it all means for the future of this season. Keep it here. Unfiltered continues. 97.5, The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5, The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phillies cutting things close. I'm Addison Somberg with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies dropped the series to the St. Louis Cardinals with a final score of 7-1, and they look to turn the page tomorrow for the Field of Dreams games against the Minnesota Twins. First pitch at 7:30 with Aaron Nola on the mound. Many questions surround the return time of Jonathan Grenard with his pec strain, but we spoke with Eagles ESPN reporter Tim McManus as to who will fill the spot, and you can listen to that full interview at 975thefanatic.com or the Fanatic app. The countdown continues for Eagles' first preseason game this upcoming Saturday against the Baltimore Ravens, and the Union are back at it tomorrow for a Leagues Cup game against Santos Laguna, kickoff at 7 p.m. This update was brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy. I'm Madison Somberg on your home of the Sixers Flyers Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
up on the 5 o'clock hour. If you're just joining us and you're not paying attention to what happened with the Phillies, they just lost another one to the St. Louis Cardinals, 7-1. They get shut out yesterday. So one run by this Phillies team against the Cardinals team, let's face it, Ricky Bo, is not a dominant baseball team by any means. They don't have a good bullpen. They don't got a good rotation. What's going on with this?
It's not a good baseball team that they lost to, but, I mean, you could look at one thing. Again, Phillies did have some hits. I mean, they did have 6 hits in the game. So they had runners on base. So what is the biggest problem that this team has every single night?
Runners in scoring position.
Yes, the consistency, hitting with runners in scoring position. I believe last night they were 0 for 8 last night. It was either 0 for 7 or 0 for 8, and they were 1 for 8 today. That's 1 hit in 15 tries. You know what that is? That sucks. They got to be better than this. There's no doubt in my mind that this team, I don't know if this inconsistency could even change. I don't know. This has been going on for 122 games. 122 games. You have 40 games left in the season. And the other thing is, defensively, you better make plays. You better start making plays, especially for guys like Wheeler, for guys like Sanchez. And it's not just the errors. It's a play, I mean, a little too hopper today. If Bohm was a little fleet of foot, a little bit more at least, probably would have made a play or at least knocked the ball down, kept it in the infield. Made Wheeler throw 35 pitches in that inning. This is, dude, I don't even know. I am like depressed on this team right now. Just by the way they're playing baseball, they're not out there with it. It doesn't seem like there's a sense of urgency whatsoever. The starting pitching, when they're doing their job, everything looks great, but the team's not scoring runs. They're not getting hits with runners in score position. There is so much wrong here, and the bullpen.
Everything's
do I even
wrong.
Get into the bullpen right now? Because Jose Alvarado now has over a 6 ERA on the season. On the season.
I'm down on the Phillies.
Vic, you may have been right long time ago. And just to throw this out there is one team right now looking up at the playoffs in this city. Do you know who it is?
Your Philadelphia Phillies.
The Philadelphia Phillies at this very time slot. It is 5 o'clock on August 12th, are not in the playoffs today.
It's amazing, man.
How in the world a team that has the likes of Schwarber, Turner, Harper, Stott, Wheeler, Sanchez, Luzardo, Duran, how is that team not in the playoff picture right now?
You forgot your other all-star, Brandon Marsh, who's now hitting 273 on the season.
Brandon just keeps going downhill a little bit.
But listen to this. You just mentioned some of the stars. Today, Schwarber, 0 for 4. Turner, 0 for 4. Marsh, 0 for 2. Realmuto, 0 for 3. You can't win games when these guys aren't producing. Now,
this is getting to the point where I don't know if they could find the right combination. I feel like they're searching, and nothing's kind of falling into place. They do have a day off. Either tomorrow or Friday will be a day off, one way or the other. So I guess that's good for the Phillies in a sense that they could kind of regroup. I mean, I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm on that team tonight, I'm taking 4 or 5 guys out. I'm going out. I'm running St. Louis tonight.
Just say, hey, forget it. Let's get loose tonight.
Let's try to, I guess what happens, and we've heard it from a guy like Alec Bohm, the pressure thickens. And what do you think's happening right now with this team, the pressure-wise? It thick? Yeah. It's big time right now on this team, and it has to be weighing on them in a sense that they have the names to be there. They have the names to be great, and they're not.
Yeah, Wheeler loses back-to-back starts, too.
Yep.
You can't afford to lose. Sanchez yesterday pitches a gem, you lose.
He tired when he was through those 35 pitches in that inning. Let's face it. You go over 20 pitches in an inning, you're going to start tired.
And like you pointed out, Bohm doesn't get an error on the play, but a play he should have made at first base, but he doesn't.
I do have good news. Alvarado did not throw 30 pitches in the game.
Is that good news?
Not really. Because in reality, he only got 1 out. So it took him 22 pitches to get 1 out. He walked 3 batters, was all over the joint again, But they always fix him, don't they? He's fixed. My butt.
Yeah, it's absurd, man. And then we're not even talking – we're talking about the play Bohm didn't make at first that got past him that didn't get an error. He had an error earlier in the game that resulted in a run getting scored.
Correct.
So, yeah, he goes 2 for 3 from the 8-hole, but he's hurting you at first base, and now you got Bryce Harper with a sore knee.
I don't think you should call him that.
It's the 8-hole. I'm doing it on purpose, and you can't bleep me because he is in the 8-hole of the team.
True.
But you got Harper, who made some nice plays out in right field, but I don't want him running all over right field like that.
No,
on a sore knee.
He did make a nice play in the right center field gap. It turned into a sacrifice fly, and he made a nice play in foul territory. They were both in the same inning. It was 2 plays in the same inning. And, yeah, you're right. He's got a sore knee, and he's doing all this running in the outfield. I know your main thing is to move him back to first base, and everybody will be happy that way. I don't know if that answers all the problems that this team has right now.
Certainly doesn't. No. I mean, you move Harper back to first, you're still not a good baseball team. This is not a good baseball team.
What the hell happened here? Like, I am beside myself right now in the sense that I just looked at the standings, and the Phillies are below the playoffs. I mean, where did this happen? When did the tidal wave hit that we didn't see coming?
Yeah, it happened. It feels like it happened
fast. Or did
fast.
we see it coming? We kept saying they're running it back. They're running it back. And it's very odd because baseball teams love to keep their players. They love the hometown fans, but at some point, when does it get too old? Like, when does it get to the point where you're like, maybe we should have broken this up?
Maybe right now.
Well, if you think back to 2018, they broke that up too late, too. And what happened after?
Look at 2012.
Well,
we went a decade without playoffs.
That's what I'm talking about. They broke up the team late, probably later than they should have, and it caused them to have these types of issues. Right now, you're looking at a Phillies team that here's the issue. It's more than one. It's a bunch of issues that they have. I mean, I'm going to ask you, is this starting to creep in now, the starting pitching again? Like, I know Painter's throwing the ball better, but it seems like when they're getting deeper into games, the pitching slowing down a little bit for them, and they don't have the relief help that they need.
And that's where when we were approaching the trade deadline, we were worried, saying, can Dombrowski really fix all of the problems? Now, he went out and got a rise, supposed to help you in the lineup, but he wasn't able to fix the bullpen, and he wasn't able to get you another back-end starter. But that hasn't even been a problem now. Andrew Painter's kind of been okay as the fifth starter.
Yeah, Andrew's been fine, so you check that one off the list as long as he continues to grow.
But Wheeler and Sanchez aren't as dominant.
No, Sanchez was last night. But, I mean,
But he only gave you 6.
But it's also a batting order that he should be. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain teams that you look at. I look at the Cardinals as a very pitchable team. You make your pitches against them, you should do fairly well. But you do need defenders behind you to make those plays.
You know what? We got some time this segment. This is a nice, long segment. Phillies fans out there, how are you feeling right now? I would love to hear from you. Pick up the phone and call us, 610-632-0975. I want to talk to some Phillies fans. We'll have kind of like a joint therapy session here for this nice, long segment. And I'm going to keep saying this, Ricky. I do not want to hear people putting all the blame on Don Mattingly. I'm not saying Mattingly's doing a good job, but by blaming Mattingly and Mattingly alone, you are letting Dave Dombrowski off the hook, and you're letting the players off the hook.
It's 2 managers. It's 2 managers that have had control of this team this year. So you could look at it whatever way you want, but there's only one constant. Those are the players that are there, okay? The 2 managers, that means it's not necessarily the manager's fault. It is other people that have to step up and be able to take care of situations, whether it be and here's the thing. You ever notice there's always leaks? Always something leaks out that's going on with the Phillies. Like, oh, if it's like a good thing. Oh, by the way, Alvarado in the bullpen had a meeting. I don't care. Like, I just don't care.
Just throw strikes, man.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes they look at that and say, oh, that should calm everything down. No, it doesn't. Matter of fact, some guys get a little bit jittery and start getting nervous and say, uh-oh, we're in trouble. You know, I mean, the other thing is, who cares if you have a meeting? I don't need to hear that you had a meeting because things were going bad. Why are those the things that get leaked? You know why? Because they want you to feel like they're trying. That's what they want you to feel like.
And they should be trying. I almost dropped I'm almost getting frustrated,
You
too.
almost dumped?
But listen, it is. It's just very, very frustrating because you live and die with this baseball team. It's a long season, and I get it. It's a grind, but we're watching all of these issues now that you couldn't fix at the deadline because you had too many issues, and that has to fall at the feet of the architect, Dombrowski. You saw your bullpen wasn't good enough, and you couldn't fix it. You ran it back, and you told us you weren't. And you sold us on the idea of players who aren't even here anymore. I mean, we've gone over this. He sold us on Otto Kemp. He sold us on Gabriel Rincones, on Adolis Garcia, on the bullpen being so much better. I mean, I remember, and it's like it's almost now, and I don't know if it's just because they're losing, but it feels sometimes like Dombrowski has this smug way about him where – well, we have a good club, and we're not running it back, and we got this, and we got that. And then I remember
we have a good club.
I remember Tim Kelly asked him, why should the fan base still believe that you're the right guy for the job? Do you remember that? And he got all smug. Well, I'm not going to answer that. Well, maybe you should answer that. Like, why is it so accepted that Dombrowski's going to be back? Why are the reports from Matt Gelman, The Athletic, and Bob Nightingale of USA Today all talking about how he's going to get an extension, and it's pretty much as long as Dave wants to be here, he's going to be here?
I'm not going to buy into that until I see it. To be completely honest with you and to drop everything out there, I'm not going to sit here and say Dave Dombrowski's the right guy until I see it, until you actually see he's got a new contract. I don't know. I just don't know. How do you react to this right now if you're John Middleton?
I hope he's seeing what we're seeing. I really do. Well, let's go to the phones. I told you I want to get some Phillies fans' reactions. You can get in. We got a nice long segment here. So you can get in 610-632-0975. Your reactions to another Phillies loss. They're now 10-15 since the All-Star break, and they are on the outside looking in at a wild card spot for the playoffs. Let's go to the
discouraging.
phones. Matthew from Philadelphia wants to talk about the Fightin' Phils. What's going on, Matthew?
Hey, Bill. Hi, Ricky. I am apoplectic at the state of the Phillies. And it's actually, I heard Ricky say, where did this come from? And it's been coming for years and years and years. And it comes from David Dombrowski being terrible at building a team, but also comes from them not drafting and developing players. When was the last homegrown guy that they have who's turned into a stud? Like Bryson Stott's okay, right? But they haven't drafted anybody, right? The Dodgers were able to go out and pick up Skubal because they have a deep farm system, because they develop guys over and over and over again, and they trade them for talent. And we don't do that at all.
Yeah, Matthew, it is a great point. And we actually were talking about this last week, Ricky. Yeah, when is the last time the Phillies drafted and developed a player? You got to go back to the Utley days. When was the last time they drafted and developed?
I guess when you look back to those years, yeah, you had Utley, Howard, Burrell, Rollins. You had a bunch of players on Cole Hamels. I think you would go to Aaron Nola.
Nola's one, and he's been here for a long time. Since Dombrowski's taken over, there's no young players that have elevated.
Nola, Stott, and Bohm are the ones here, and I guess Crawford right now.
And Crawford.
But I mean, did I say Shohei Ohtani?
No.
Or you know what I mean? Did I say a guy like a Freddie Freeman in there? No, I didn't. Not yet.
And the bigger issue is when you hire a guy like Dombrowski, you're John Middleton. You know you're not bringing in someone that's necessarily going to set you up for the future by building back your farm system and really creating all these prospects. Dombrowski was brought in to put the team over the top. We saw what he did in Detroit. He kind of left Detroit in dire straits, but they didn't care as much because they had successful seasons when Dombrowski was there. He comes in to try to win now, but he hasn't been able to do it. The things he's done on the margins, he's lost. He hasn't won on the margins. That's what you want from a guy like Dave. If he's going to come in and basically be given a blank check to go out there and sign the biggest name free agents and go and get a top 5 payroll in baseball, Dombrowski had to put this team over the top, and they've regressed year after year after year, and there's a chance they're going to miss the playoffs this year, which is another regression.
You are adamant about this.
Well, they're just not playing good ball.
They're not playing good baseball. Here's the thing. And this is noticeable from the fan base. And this is something that I notice. I notice weird things like this. Even if they win lately, the fan base is not stoked by it. They're very blah about it because they're not winning in a great fashion. They're not winning games and it's fun. Remember, it used to be fun watching these guys? It used to be fun watching Schwarber go deep and the bullpen light things up. It's not right now. Because you're waiting for the other shoe to drop every game.
They're not. Look, I've used this line before when this is a Dark Knight quote, but you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain, right? This Phillies team, in 2022, they were heroes. We loved them. I mean, we were in love with this team as a fan base.
Because they were an underdog. Don't you understand? Back then, everybody was involved in the underdog because of what the Eagles did years before that.
So you either die a hero or you live long enough to become the villain. And this team has been together for too long where when you don't win the big one and you regress every single year, people have turned on them. They're unlikable now. You don't enjoy watching them anymore, especially when they're struggling. And it's frustrating. You're right. 2022, they were an underdog. They overperformed, and you felt like, okay, we could build on this. They get to the World Series. What did they do after they got to the World Series in 2022? They signed Trey Turner to a $300 million contract.
That would be correct.
And that didn't work. So you didn't, like, Dave Dombrowski, I get it. A lot of people would have signed Trey Turner back then. But there's been too many misses by him. There's been too many misses, especially in the outfield, that have now come back to haunt this team. You can't be paying $30 million to two right fielders who aren't on the roster. Garcia's out for the year. Castellanos isn't playing baseball. $30 million tied up in two guys who aren't here. Oh, man. All right, let's go back to the phones. Drew from Pittsburgh wants to weigh in on the Phillies. What's up, Drew?
Hey, Ricky. Hey, Bill. How are you guys doing?
Good.
We'd be better if the Phillies were better.
Yeah, if they were playing better baseball.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way, man. I mean, yeah, I feel like just like this entire stretch, like these last 4 or 5 years, it's been very reminiscent of the Sixers from like 2017 to 2023, where I feel like, they give you hope every single year, but they just find some new way in order to disappoint you. And this year just hasn't really been like any different, unfortunately. And one issue in particular that I feel like has not been getting talked about enough, just, now they're only one game back in the playoff spot, but for the rest of the year, they have a very, very tough schedule that I feel like people are not talking enough about. Get this. Between now and the rest of the year, on their West Coast road trip, they're at Seattle and at Arizona. They have the Braves twice in September. And then at home to end the year, they have the Brewers and the Rays. I mean, the Rays and the Brewers, they might have, like, their one seed locked up at that point. But even still, like, I am not optimistic at all that they're going to be able to find some way to turn things around with that gauntlet of the schedule coming up.
Yeah, Drew, it's a good point, but let's be honest here. They haven't played a lot of tough teams since the All-Star break, and they're 10-15. So he's right. Yeah, they got a tough road to go with a lot of tough teams coming up down the road. But they haven't even been able to beat the teams they should be beating.
You're absolutely. I mean, you just played the Blue Jays, who suck. You lost 2 out of 3 to them. You played the Cardinals. No, not a good team. Not a good team. You lost 2 out of 3 to them. Who have they beaten recently? I mean, think back.
They won the Orioles series.
Oh, that's a good team.
And they split with the Nationals. Yeah, I'm telling you, they have not been playing that good a team.
I think you understand my point right now. They have not played good baseball. And I will even, a lot of people will say, no, it wasn't then, but it was back before the All-Star break when they had who did they have? The White Sox and a bunch of teams on the road, I think it was. And they did not play well in those series. It was Detroit. To me, I think they started kind of faltering them. It wasn't necessarily the losses then. It was just you felt the faltering. And then everything, in a flash of an eye, you start noticing that this team is just flat out inconsistent. And watch this. If inconsistent defense, right? You agree with that?
Definitely.
Inconsistent with runners in scoring position. You agree with that? Inconsistent bullpen. You agree with that? Those are 3 major things I just brought up. Even if they fix one, does that help the team?
Not enough.
Right.
And you didn't even talk about the lack of fundamentals on the base paths. They don't
I mean,
run.
That's part of
right?
I said defense, but it is fundamentals in general. They are a terribly, terribly done fundamental team.
They're not a fun team to watch by any means. All right.
The whole picture of this team has it's like somebody had a mirror and the team was on it and they dropped it and it just shattered. And I don't understand what's going to get them back to where they want to be, or even if they could get back to where they want to be, because there's way too many things to be fixed. I mean, do I still think they have a shot at the playoffs? I do. I may be actually in the minority on this now. I think a lot of people have kind of quit on this. They've seen the LeBron James thing coming to Philadelphia, Jaylen Brown coming to Philly. The Eagles are starting up. The Flyers are coming off of a big year, first time in the playoffs in a long time. You have to wonder where the Phillies have fallen in this city's love for them.
Well, Phillies did their job. They got us to Eagles training camp. Thanks. Let's move on now because they're not fun to watch and they're not likable.
I mean, to me, it's mind-boggling with the names you have on the team that you're even fighting to be in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're right, man. All right, well, look, we hear you coming up next, best voice messages of the show, but it is What Movie Wednesday, so we got your last chance right now. If you've never played before, we play a clip of a movie. If you know it, all you got to do is text it to the Davis Honda text line, 610-632-0975. If you get it right, you qualify. We got 4 winners today. We're giving away 4 4-pack of tickets to the Adventure Aquarium over in Camden. You can get your tickets at adventureaquarium.com, or you can win them right now. We're doing Kevin Costner movies in honor of the Field of Dreams game tomorrow night. We're not doing Field of Dreams, we're not doing Bull Durham, and we're not doing For the Love of the Game. We eliminated all baseball movies, all right? Here's your last chance Kevin Costner movies.
I'd hit it again because that shot was a defining moment. And when a defining moment comes along, you define the moment, or the moment defines you. I did not shrink from the challenge. I rose to it.
1981, Fort Washington Golf Club, Fresno, California. Ring a bell? The final round of the tour qualifying school?
I was playing to win.
Tried to hit that same impossible cut 3-wood into the wind from a hilly lie?
I was playing to win.
Text the name of the movie, 610-632-0975. Coming up, I'll give you the answer, and we got We Hear You, the best voice messages of the show. Don't go anywhere. Unfiltered. 97.5 The Fanatic.
Now on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phillies cutting things close. I'm Addison Sumberg with this Fanatic Sports Update. Phillies dropped the series to the St. Louis Cardinals with a final score of 7-1. They look to turn the page tomorrow for the Field of Dreams game against the Minnesota Twins. First pitch at 7:30 with Aaron Nola on the mound. Many questions surround the return time of Jonathan Grenard and his pec strain, but we spoke with Eagles ESPN reporter Tim McManus with who would fill that spot if Grenard is still not cleared.
Jalix Hunt looks awesome. Talking about the sacks leader from last year, the interceptions leader from last year. Physically, he has really filled out. I think that he's going to take the leap there.
You can listen to that full interview at 975thefanatic.com or the Fanatic app. And the countdown continues for Eagles' first preseason game this upcoming Saturday against the Baltimore Ravens. The Union are also back at it tomorrow for a Leagues Cup game against Santos Laguna. Kickoff at 7 p.m. And this update was brought to you by Staples. It's the most wonderful time of the year at Staples. They've got back-to-school supplies as low as 25 cents, up to 40% off select tech and more at staples.com/back-to-school. Staples, that was easy. I'm Addison Somberg on your home of the Sixers Flyers Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Gangster.com.
All right, we just had your last What Movie Wednesday of the day. Ricky, you had walked out before we played it. Did you hear it?
No. Is it Tin Cup?
Tin Cup would be correct.
Can you play it again so I could hear it?
No, it's too long of a clip. But it was him talking to his caddy. I loved Tin Cup. I loved that movie. Although the end frustrates me when he's trying.
Is that Cheech or Chong?
It was Cheech. No.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Cheech. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that's in all the movies. Cheech Moran or Cheech.
He's his caddy in it. But I loved that movie, Tin Cup. Dude, I'm surprised. You said you've been down on Costner. He's got great movies.
What's he going for it for? I mean, he could have won the whole thing. It was just stupidity.
It was. It was frustrating at the end when he keeps going for it. But he qualified for the next year's U.S. Open or the tour.
He lost, you know how much money he threw away right there?
But you said Kevin Costner, you didn't have a lot of good movies. He had a ton of good movies.
Good movies, yeah, but I'd rather see somebody else doing it.
Nah, he was good.
Like, I feel like a lot of sports movies.
Yeah, but we didn't even do today. So the movies we did.
I don't care what you did.
We did. I know, but for the listeners who are listening to the show that may care, like Ricky doesn't care, so we're not going to mention it to the listeners.
No. Could I say something? There's certain actors or actresses that I just don't like.
All right.
Is that okay?
It is, but today we did Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, excellent. We did Molly's Game, excellent.
Never saw it.
We did just now Tin Cup, excellent. And what was the one we did last time? What was the last movie before that?
But Tin Cup was the premise, wasn't it? In your eyes?
Oh, Draft Day wasn't that
Wasn't Tin Cup more of the premise than anything else?
I didn't even play some of his other greats. JFK, great movie. No Way Out, great movie. Waterworld.
Wait a minute. I'm not.
Wasn't that great?
Excuse me. I'm not taking anything away from him.
Why do you hate Kevin Costner?
I just never liked his movies.
What else is in?
And what he supposedly did to Cal Ripken.
Bull Durham, great movie. For the Love of the Game,
you
great
just
movie.
Blew that right off, didn't you?
Some people love Field of Dreams. I thought Field of Dreams maybe slightly overrated, but a good movie. I don't know, dude. You're wrong. Kevin Costner. And then how about what he recently did with Yellowstone? You're off on this.
How about when he came here and we couldn't even go down the aisle?
I don't know if I was here then.
You weren't. No, but I wasn't either.
He was on Preston and Steve, right?
Yeah, and they sent out an email that basically don't bother him.
Yeah, they didn't want any fanboys down there, like Ricky Bo saying, Mr. Costner, can I have your autograph?
Yeah,
well, number one, at least I could say his name.
Big fan. You're
Costner.
My dad's texting in. Also, Untouchables, Dances with Wolves.
I like the Untouchables.
There's so many Costner movies.
Right. I'm not saying what is this?
He's just saying
you like every actor out there ever.
No, but I don't know why you don't like Costner.
I don't know. I think like a lot of the movies are kind of phony-ish.
Oh, you're crazy.
Like Draft Day really kind of killed it for me.
That was not a great movie.
Well, he made a huge mistake, and then he makes up for the mistake, and that was great.
Not a great one.
And number one, that would never happen.
But for anyone who got any of the movies right, you qualify. We'll announce the winners before the end of the show. But let's get to the best voice messages of the show. We do it twice a show, every show, a little thing we call We Hear You. Hit it, Matt.
No. It is tough, but we in Philly, we're used to that. Thank you.
The Eagles' offense was so frustrating last year that people lost their jobs.
Hey, Colarulo, I respect you and all, but that is the stupidest question I ever heard.
Phillies need to wake up. This Phillies pig pen is a disgrace.
You know you're short. Let's see it, Bill. Get that tape measure.
He sucks playing first base, and he kind of sucks as a hitter.
We hear you.
That's right. We hear you. Brought to you by Rycor Heating and Cooling, delivering high-efficiency heating and cooling solutions across the greater Philadelphia area, New Jersey, and the Delaware Valley. Check them out online, RycorHVAC.com, or give them a call, 1-855-MY-RYCOR, to schedule a free consultation. Rycor, we know how. What do we got?
It's 4215, and I'm enjoying watching you, Bill, and Ricky Bo on YouTube. But as far as the Eagles' success, yes, the offense has to be good for them to succeed because we know DiVangio's a good defensive coordinator, so we already know what the defense is going to bring you. But this offense is just a new offense. The offense has to thrive for them to get far. So I'm going to go with the offense.
Yeah, that was a question we got into earlier. If you missed it, we had Tim McManus of ESPN. That'll be up on our YouTube page shortly. You could also get it on any podcast platform in the Fanatic app. Always great stuff from Timmy Mack. But yeah, Ricky Bo, last year, defense, top 5. The offense was 19th. If the offense could just get into the top 12.
Offense, yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, in that sense, you're absolutely right. If the offense is going to be better than last year, which they probably will be, and from what we're hearing should be, Yeah, I mean, you move up 5 or 6 spots. That's a complete and utter change in where you were. And that obviously takes a lot of pressure off the defense, too, when you think about it.
No, spot on.
You don't have to be on the field as much, most likely.
Yeah. A little more time of possession would be nice.
Sure.
All right, what else we got?
The only comparison that I have for this baseball team is to a tire that has a hole in it. You can put air in it, it'll inflate temporarily, but eventually it'll go flat again, and that's exactly what this baseball team is doing. And as far as this team making the playoffs concerned, it'll be a crime against humanity if they actually do make the playoffs because they really don't deserve it.
What do you think about that analogy? A tire with a hole in it.
Well, yeah, because it's leaking. It just keeps going down, down, down. That's the direction they're heading. You didn't like that answer, did you?
No, and look, the caller saying it's a crime against humanity if they make the postseason. I still want to see them make the postseason. I can't root against this team, but I've seen some comments on the YouTube chat. I've gotten some texts on my personal phone. I know we've gotten it on our Davis Honda text line of people saying they just want to see the team lose. Like, they're fed up with this baseball team. They don't even want to waste any more energy on them. I can't get there. I'm still always going to root for them and still hold out that sliver of hope, or maybe it's just insanity expecting something different, that maybe they got hot in the postseason. Maybe behind the arms of Sanchez, Wheeler, and Luzardo, you can steal a series or two.
Well, there's always hope. You know that as well as I do. There's always that the sense of hope that if they could get in, if they sneak in, if somehow everything goes well for this team, it's a different story when they get to the playoffs. I just don't know. I mean, I think they could get to the playoffs, and I'm kind of in that same boat with you that, you know what, just one big hit might propel them into another world. I don't know. I don't know if this team has that magic from 22 back.
No, we were hoping Luis Arise coming into the lineup would energize him. That lasted 48 hours.
You know what he is right now? 1 for his last 19. Welcome to the Phillies.
Kevin Long, baby. It's the magic of one of the greatest hitting coaches in the league right there.
Is that unbelievable? This guy came in, was hitting the daylights out of the ball, even when he first got here, and then now is going 1 for 19.
Oh, man. All right, what else we got, Matt?
Hey, Bill and Ricky, Jim from Souderton here. It's fascinating to realize how bad it's gotten for the Phillies when you consider that they're 6-0 against the Padres this year. If the Padres just won a couple of those games, Phillies would be in a lot worse situation. But thank God they own the Padres because they can't seem to beat anybody else anymore. I can't stand this team. I'm actually starting to root against them. And I've loved the Phillies for over 50 years, but I just can't stand it anymore. It's just pathetic.
That was like right on cue. I just said people have been texting in saying that they're actually rooting against them. That's where we are right now. People don't like this team. They have become a very unlikable team.
How did they become unlikable? How? Like when? Do you understand what I'm saying? When? Because it's not just one guy. We saw the Bryce Harper thing starting up this year at the beginning, in the offseason, then all the way through the season.
The crazy thing is,
Trey Turner, he may be the like public enemy number one.
The craziest thing is, though, you go back to 2024. Before they went to London,
yeah,
we were looking at that baseball team like they were the greatest baseball team we've ever seen in the history of the city of Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Then they go to London, and then they came back down to earth. You remember? And then it was just since that time, they've been extremely disappointing. They disappointed in the division series against the Mets, and then last year they disappoint against the Dodgers, and then this year just another disappointment.
Yeah, but I still think you go back to 2023 and the Arizona Diamondbacks. That was maybe the biggest disappointment that you could ever remember.
Their best chance, man. Their best chance. Everything would be different now if they just took care of business in that series.
I cannot believe they didn't win one game at home with 2 to play.
Now, like, if this season goes where we all think it's going, which is not a World Series, we will look back at that 23 season even more heartbreak because this core group never won, and that was their best chance. You beat the Diamondbacks. You go to the World Series against the Rangers. You were a better team than the Rangers. You were unbeatable at Citizens Bank Park. Oh, man, what are we doing to ourselves? August 12th, we're reliving the World.
Well, they're not
the NLCS from 23.
I think, number one, I think the whole piece of this story is they're not unbeatable anymore, and that bothers people.
What's the record at home these days?
They're just over 500, I believe.
Remember when they were absolutely dominant at the bank? At home, they're 32-30.
Yeah, just over 500. Didn't I just say that?
Yeah, I was just confirming it. You said I believe.
They're better on the road.
Yeah, they're 32-28 on the road.
They're better on the road.
Oh, man. All right, let's get the last one in.
Did I hear Bill say that Matt Menard has his daughter in there helping him today? Is Matt Menard even old enough to have a daughter, let alone have one old enough to be in the studio? The guy sounds like he's 12 years old.
Matty!
Appreciate that. I got grandkids, too. Thank you.
Wait, does he have the right producer that he's saying sounds like he's 12 years old?
Yeah,
You don't sound like you're 12.
I've never heard 12. I mean, I've been told I don't look my age, but I've never. Yeah, I got.
How old are you?
49.
Holy. You don't look. You're going to be 50? When's your birthday?
July 31st.
Oh, that's right. We just celebrated it.
Yeah.
So we still got a year to go before you're 50.
Yeah, you got another year.
Well, anyone who's paid attention, though, Menard does look his age simply because he gave us 20 years of service in the Army.
Yes, he did. Love you for it.
20 damn years, Matt Menard. I always want to highlight that when we get a chance because Menard is the man.
Take a bow. Appreciate it.
So,
thank you.
But Matt Menard, tomorrow we'll have Nick Earnshaw back. Now, he sounds like he's 20. Nick Earnshaw. Menard, I think you sound like you're in your 40s.
Yeah. I mean, wise? Do I sound wise?
You do. You sound very wise.
Wait, if I sound like I'm 12,
Wise beyond your
is he
years.
telling me that I just don't sound that intelligent?
No.
No, I'm just joking.
It just could be the tone of the voice, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I mean, Bill's voice, if you hear Bill, he doesn't sound like he's short, but he is. I mean, there's just, it's the little things. You got to piece things together around here.
The little things.
You're not going to live that picture down.
We're going to have to bring in the tape measure.
But it's well deserved. I mean, you know, even today on YouTube, you looked really, really short today.
All right. You know what?
You got to give it to Bill. I mean, you are being a good sport about it.
Is he? He called in at 3 p.m. last Friday because he was offended.
He does clown himself sometimes. I don't know.
But he was offended. 3 p.m. on Friday, he got offended, so he had to call in to make sure his voice was out there.
If I was offended, this whole shtick would have ended days ago. If I was actually angry, there would have been actual. Oh, we're not doing this on air. I think it's hilarious.
Really? Then where is the
tape measure?
You were bringing in a tape measure. That was.
I feel like someone
Friday.
else should bring in the tape measure.
Well, you're the one that mentioned
You don't
I'm
have
going to
one
bring
at
in the
home,
tape
do you?
measure.
Your father-in-law hit it on you, huh?
You know that you could on your phone. You got like
He
a
doesn't
measuring
have one.
So Patricia,
he doesn't have one.
Patricia Caputo did the iPhone measurement, and I came out at 5'11". So
that was with sneakers on. So he's 5'10".
So maybe I'm
5'9".
Yeah, but he got the Air Maxes on. Those are some thick soles.
Are they? Anyway. All right, that's We Hear You. We do it twice a show, every show. Best voice messages. Make sure you get them in every single day. All right, coming up next.
What is coming up next?
We'll get our final Twitter poll results. We got to announce our 4 What Movie Wednesday winners and some final thoughts about this dreadful Phillies baseball team. Keep it here. Unfiltered continues. 97.5 The Fanatic.
This is...
Big thank you to the YouTube audience today. So we're only on YouTube when we're not on TV. So with the Phillies game going up against us today, we weren't on NBC, so it gave us an opportunity to reconnect with our YouTube audience. But usually we will take clips from the show and put them on YouTube, but we were live today on YouTube for the whole show. A lot of engagement in the chat. We appreciate it. But unfortunately, what we didn't appreciate was the Philadelphia Phillies. And, Ricky, you asked the question a little earlier, how do you fix it? Because even if you fix one of these issues, there's still 2 or 3 others.
I don't know if it's all fixable. You had the trade deadline. Everybody said they needed help. Bryce came out, said they needed help. Dave Dombrowski obviously felt the same way. They really did nothing about the starting pitching, which ended up being okay because Andrew Painter has thrown the ball well since. Did they really fix a bullpen?
Not even close. And one of the guys they brought in, Killian, I don't know how much he was going to be an answer. Yeah, he's done.
And then Luis Ariz, who is now 1 for his last 19.
That is mind-blowing. That he comes here.
Remember everybody wanted to give him an extension 2 weeks ago or a week ago?
Well, you look at his career, the guy's a 300 hitter. He comes here, and it's contagious.
He'll probably still hit 300, but hey.
He did have a big double today, right? RBI double?
Yeah, he had an RBI today.
So he was the only one that drove in a run today. Man, this team is frustrating.
He was the one in the 1 for 8 today.
But again, I'm going to keep saying this, damn it. Mattingly's not doing a great job. But that is not the reason this team is losing. It's not just Mattingly. It's the team itself. It's the way it was built by Dave Dombrowski. And look, some of it's bad luck. I get it. Adolis Garcia got hurt. That's not something that you can necessarily predict. Brad Keller got hurt. Not something you can predict. But there's been so many other misses that when injuries set in, that's bad luck. But now you don't have prospects and you don't have money to go out there and fix the other holes because you've missed on Nick Castellanos. You missed on Jordan Romano and Max Kepler and Whit Merrifield. Whit Merrifield. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know how they're going to fix all this. And if they don't, and they come up short this year, even if they make the playoffs and they don't do anything in the postseason, what does the future of this baseball team look like? What are you doing in 2027? Are you going to sell the fan base again on, well, it was a down year, we're going to bring in Alex Cora?
That's where he's up the creek, isn't he? Can you actually do that? Can you actually come back in and say, well, look what we got. Aiden Miller's on his way up. Yeah, we're going to hear that.
Who knows what you got in Aiden Miller, man?
Nobody knows.
Hasn't picked up a bat.
Can you imagine if they re-signed Alvarado again?
Oh, please, they can't. Well, how about this? We're really excited. Jose Alvarado's coming back. Alec Boehm is coming back. Could you imagine if he signs them both? Fan base will lose their mind.
You really have to make some kind of change. Like, in general, you just have to make some kind of changes. You can't continue this. You can't. What are you supposed to do? Oh, guess what? Everybody's going to be the same next year. We're not changing a thing. Things are going to look really good. Everybody's going to be healthy. Yeah, okay.
All right, this is a show for a different day, but assuming there's no lockout, what changes can they make?
I don't know. Bryce is here. Turner's here. JT's here. Schwarber's here. So that's 4 out of your 9. Justin Crawford's here. That's 5. Stott is here. That's 6.
Brandon Marsh?
Might trade him. I don't know.
Could he be something that gets changed? But that doesn't necessarily move the needle. I don't know.
Bohm has to go.
Bohm will go.
Bohm's
That'll
gone.
Be a change.
Yeah, Bohm is gone without a doubt because he's a free agent.
Starting pitchers, they're all going to be the same.
It's going to be the same starting 5.
Yep.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing.
And then your bullpen's going to be Duran and who? That's the way I'm going to call the bullpen.
Well, Keller's a 2-year contract, but he's probably out next year with injury.
He's out until the very earliest, late August next year.
Yeah, so he's
the very
out.
earliest.
Man, oh man, Kirkring, you excited to have him come back? There's a lot.
No.
Look, we'll do that show later because we'll see how it goes, but not great.
But you're absolutely right. I mean, you look at this, and this could get really messy here in the next couple of years.
It's frustrating. It is frustrating. All right. We'll do a lot of Phillies talk tomorrow. This is what's unfortunate. The Phillies have you so down tomorrow should have been an exciting day. Like the whole Field of Dreams thing is cool. They're playing in Iowa. It's an awesome ballpark.
It's a must-win now.
Well, it is a must-win. And you're taking on the Twins.
Yeah.
Where are they in the standings right now, Minnesota? They have
They're
anything
still
to play for?
in it because didn't they buy?
Minnesota right now is 1 out of a wild
There you
card.
go.
So
That
they're
division
playing the win.
sucks, though. AL Central is horrible.
Yeah, but they're 1 out of the wild card.
Yeah, they're 1 out of the wild
AL
card.
sucks in general.
And they're 3 out of the AL Central. The freaking White Sox are in first place of the AL Central. It's unbelievable.
They lost like 900 games 2 years ago.
The White Sox would get a first-round bye if the season ended today.
You're absolutely right. The American League sucks.
Yeah, American
The
League's not as
Orioles
good.
are somehow 2.5 games out of a wild card spot.
It's nuts.
Yeah, they're not a good.
There's like 2 or 3 good teams in the
There's
whole AL.
3 teams that are out of it: the Royals, the Athletics, and the Angels. That's it.
Yeah, you could be under 500 and you got a shot to make the postseason.
The Athletics are minus 176 run differential.
But now tomorrow, Field of Dreams game, we're going to have live coverage. We're going to Colt Weintraub from NBC Sports Philadelphia. He's going to join us from the ballpark at 3:30 to show you how cool the ballpark looks. He's going to zoom in so we could show our audience on the TV side. And then we'll have Jason Stark as well. I'm looking forward to the conversation with Jason. And I know Jason usually tries to find some sort of silver lining.
I don't know if he can.
Yeah, where's the silver lining tomorrow? Like, I'm really curious what Jason Stark's going to tell us tomorrow. All right, we'll get back to the Phillies a lot tomorrow. You better believe it. But let's just check in on the Twitter poll results. This was Eagles related. We had Timmy Mack from ESPN join us earlier. You can catch that on the YouTube page. You could also catch it on the Fanatic app. Really good stuff from Tim McManus. But we asked the masses the question. What's more important for the Eagles' success this season, the new offense or their defense? It's been overwhelmingly offense. Let's see where the final numbers came in. Twitter poll stood strong 4 hours today.
Absolutely.
Thanks to Dr. Amidad Appel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. What do we got, Matt?
What will determine how successful the Eagles are at this season? Final results. The new offense, 86%. The defense is at 14%.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think the defense will do their thing. I mean, Tim McManus told us earlier. How about it? Jalix Hunt, he says that he thinks he's going to have an amazing season. That Jalix Hunt is just all over the practice field right now. I mean, you kind of thought when you drafted Jalix Hunt out of Houston Christian in the 3rd round, it was going to take a couple years to get it going. But he had a decent rookie campaign.
He's unbelievable.
It's amazing.
Think about it. He's a guy that comes out of the middle of nowhere, and all of a sudden he's actually a focal point on the Eagles' defense, which I think is awesome.
Man, to have that type of athletic ability that you could be
that big, too.
You could be a safety at Cornell, and now I'm going to transfer to Houston Christian. I'm going to switch to defensive end, and then I'm going to get drafted in the 3rd round. Oh, and I'm going to actually compete as a rookie.
He's big and he's fast.
So his 3rd year, expect big things out of Jalix Hunt is what Tim McManus told us. You know what? It was What Movie Wednesday. We gave away 4 packs of tickets, four packs of tickets to the Adventure Aquarium. Get ready to visit Adventure Aquarium Shark and Ray Summer from now through August 16th. You can walk over real-life sharks, meet stunning new spotted eagle rays, and join weekend dance parties with mascot Gil the Shark. Is that Mike Gill the Shark or just Gil the Shark?
I would imagine just Gil the Shark. I don't think Mike Gill's a shark.
Okay. Get tickets at adventureaquarium.com, or you can win them right now. Everyone, thanks who participated in What Movie Wednesday. We got 4 winners who were getting 4 packs of tickets. Do we get a little drum roll or anything? What do we got? Here we go. Our What Movie Wednesday winners. We got Sean from Chadds Ford, Jennifer from Allentown, Brandon from Philadelphia, and Jed from Plymouth Meeting. Congratulations. You've all won. Jed. Isn't that from Beverly Hillbillies?
I was going to say, Jed from Beverly Hills.
Oh, man. All right. Big thank you to Matt Menarek and Addison Sonberg behind the glass today. We will be back on our regularly scheduled channel tomorrow, NBC Sports Philadelphia. So to our YouTube audience that tuned in, big thank you to you guys. Make sure you tune in, though, all right? Just because we're not on YouTube, we want you on radio. We want you on our stream. We want you on NBC Sports Philadelphia so you can engage with the show because we'll only are on YouTube when there's not
Tune us in.
TV audience. All right, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Have a great night, everybody. Be safe.
Now, on 97.5 The Fanatic Sports Update.
The Phillies continue to break hearts. I'm Addison Somberg with this Fanatic Sports Update. The Phillies dropped the series to the St. Louis Cardinals with a final score today of 7-1. They look to turn the page tomorrow for the Field of Dreams game against the Minnesota Twins at 7:30 with Aaron Nola on the mound. Many questions surround the return time of Jonathan Grenard and his pec strain, but we spoke with Eagles ESPN reporter Tim McManus of who would fill that spot if Grenard is still not cleared within that time.
Jalix Hunt looks awesome. Talking about the sacks leader from last year, the interceptions leader from last year. Physically, he is really filled out. I think that he's going to take the leap there.
You can listen to that full interview at 975thefanatic.com or our Fanatic app. And the countdown continues for the Eagles' first preseason game this upcoming Saturday against the Baltimore Ravens. The Union are back at it tomorrow for a Leagues Cup game against Santos Laguna. Kickoff at 7 p.m. This update was brought to you by Straight Talk Wireless. Every now and then you find a deal where you get more and pay less. Now, that's a good deal. That's Straight Talk Wireless on Verizon's 5G network. Find it exclusively at Walmart and StraightTalk.com. I'm Addison Somberg on your home of the Sixers Flyers Union, 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Monday.